podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.
Hello, and welcome to episode 359 of Film Bastards. My name is Ian Loring, and as always, I am joined by...
Becky Foster, hello everybody.
And Matt Foster, hello everybody.
We're not on video, Mark. Well done.
I do that anyway.
Okay, no, this is weird. So, for once, I can see Mark and Mark can see me while recording this because we are doing this through Zoom today, appropriately enough, because we've got a very, very, very special guest coming up so it's 6:37 as we record. He should be on about 8:30 or so. So you've probably got about an hour and 45 minutes of us normal showing.
Yep.
And then basically probably the one of the hottest directors in the fucking world right now, in all honesty. Director of Host and short films Dawn of the Deaf and Salt, Rob Savage is going to be joining us we're hoping for some different questions compared to what he may well have been asked in the many interviews he's done over the last few weeks. It's very, very kind of him to come on and chat some movies, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that chat. I know we will. But also, before that, I'm assuming we'll probably do pretty much the whole normal show before Rob's on. We are going to be talking some trailers because, my God, the trailers have come back in force. We're going to do some what we watched, and we've also got reviews. So we are going to be taking a look at the much buzzed about Babyteeth, and also the Netflix original Anthony Mackie and JGL starring Project Power. So it is a busy one. Also, what has been busy, the Patreon feed. We have been releasing Nolan commentaries at a clip, at a rate of knots.
It has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
we've
finished
done,
yet, either, are we?
Nope. We've done 3 in the last week. That's right, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday.
Yep.
Jesus, wet. And we're finishing it off with a double banger on Sunday. So basically, for $2 a month, patreon.com/filmbastards. At the moment, our focus on the Patreon feed is the Nolan chat shows. So those are full Nolan commentaries. On the vast majority of them, we're also joined by Are You Movie Mad's Andrew Jones. And coming up on the Patreon feed, Ian's Guide to Bondage will be returning. Now it looks like No Time to Die will be hitting November, so that will be roaring up again in the next few weeks. And we haven't thought of a name for this yet, but we're also going to do a series exploring the films that got F cinema scores.
Yeah.
Which Andrew actually ran down a list of them during our Prestige commentary the other night, and there's some doozies.
Oh yes, there's some tight erotic thrillers in there as well.
Yes.
Thriller.
Yes.
Yep. You'll be getting commentaries for Alone in the Dark, Eye of the Beholder, Mother, which I'm fucking pumped for.
Can I put out? For the Mother commentary, I'm going to get shit-faced.
I think that's appropriate.
I think it's very appropriate.
And you can watch the Blu-ray I bought you.
I can watch the Blu-ray you bought me, I will get shit-faced, and I might even dress as Jennifer Lawrence.
But not in Mother, just Jennifer Lawrence.
No, in Mother.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's going to be fucking special.
Yeah. Get a toy baby prop, rip it fucking apart.
Jesus. You've seen this film, haven't you?
Yes. It's in the cinema.
I haven't seen it. I didn't know.
Oh, shit.
I thought I'd watched it with you. I've watched it twice.
No, I haven't seen it.
Shit.
Mother's an experience. I cannot. I cannot fucking believe that Mother got a wide release.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
Like,
I can't believe. I'm still baffled. People think it's fucking good.
let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's and also, I mean, like Killing Them Softly as well as another F Cinema score. The Devil Inside, Fear.com, Nora Ephron's Lucky Numbers. There's so much random shit. So much random shit. So it's that's going to be a laugh. That one will probably be more a loosey-goosey as and when we get round to it kind of deal. The Patreon feed has been very, very busy lately. So we'll probably not be releasing like free Patreon things and the show a week like we have been over the last couple of weeks. But there's still going to be a lot of content, and it's really going to be helping us out. Oh, shit. Mark has just provided me with a link to the F Cinema Score films. So, to confirm, we will be doing commentaries of Alone in the Dark, The Box, Bug,
I fucking love Bug.
I like Bug.
I like Bug too. The Devil Inside, Disaster Movie, Robert Altman's Dr. T and the Women.
Like that.
Eye of the Beholder, Fear.com.
Like
I Know Who Killed Me.
I love that film.
In the Cut.
Yeah, like that as well.
That's the Meg Ryan one, isn't it?
Yeah. We get to a commentary of a film where Meg Ryan jacks off.
Hell of a thing. Killing Them Softly, Lost Souls, Lucky Numbers, Mother, Silent House. That feels a bit mean. That film's ropey, but yeah, okay. Solaris, The Wicker Man, Donna and I's first date movie, Wolf Creek. Yeah, and oh shit, it's The Grudge.
Oh, great.
That's a mix. Skewing horror, but there's a couple of random motherfuckers in there. It's got to be said.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/filmbastards, $2 a month. Help support the show. The money for it is being put into things for patrons, like paying for Zoom so that we can do these like video commentaries, have people actually listen along if they want to as well, live, things like that. Frankly, it's not like we're turning a profit with the show at the moment. We don't look to make money or anything like that, but it would be nice to cover the costs. And obviously, if we had more patrons and we had more funds, that would mean more things that we could do, like for the show. Quite frankly, So anyway, I don't usually do a hard sell like that, but I've got a feeling just maybe there might be more listeners than usual. So apologies, folks. Add over. So. Let's talk some news. Interesting thing that came out about Jurassic Park Dominion has been shooting, and they were going to be doing first unit shooting in Malta. But because of coronavirus cases starting to spike there, they've said, actually, no, we're not going to do first unit. We're just going to do second unit, which is something, I think.
Which is a bit like, we don't give a shit about these people.
Yeah, slightly. It's weird. I mean, like, film production is kind of starting to ramp up again. I think Mission Impossible is shortly or may have already started. Jurassic Park Dominion's been filming for a bit. Sam Neill was on his Twitter saying, talking about coming back to London and putting the old hat on again last week or the week before. So, even though it doesn't feel like too many films have started ramping up yet, but they are coming. I think the Batman and Fantastic Beasts 3 are due to resume shooting next month. So these things are happening. But they've said that they've decided to go to second unit because it just means there's not as many people But it's interesting that when you say not as many, it also includes not Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, etc.
Yeah.
Just feels a bit funky.
It does have a hue of it's not people that it's going to cost us more to insure.
Yeah, quite. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was a bit odd. Also, what was I going to say? Travis Scott has done a theme song for Tenet.
That's so weird.
It's just the fact that they're describing it as a theme song. That's what I like.
You know it's going to play over the end credits.
Quite. Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? It premieres as a music video during an NBA match tomorrow night in the US. So we'll probably see that like Saturday morning over here.
Nolan is a big hip hop fan. No, that's not a joke or anything like that. Nolan is a big hip hop fan. It's a really weird little thing, but yeah. So maybe it seems like Warner. He's probably with Warner Music, and they've just gone. Oh, I want to use this guy. He's gone. Yeah, well, fine. In the same way as the fucking trailer thing been in Fortnite. It's look, whatever gets it more out there. You know, Nolan's always been quite open to different ways to promote. You know, a lot of the success that came through from The Dark Knight was the outside the box thinking of the marketing for it.
I just want to get the quote from Nolan. Hang on. Because it's an incredible wow, really? This means this much? Bear with.
Is Travis Scott the one that's Kylie Jenner's baby daddy?
And you think in this world that I would know the answer to that? Literally wouldn't even, if I ran into both in the street, which would be weird, I wouldn't know who they were.
So here we go. Nolan has said that his contribution to the Hush Hush project was like the final piece of a year-long puzzle. His insights into the musical and narrative mechanism Ludwig Göransson and I were building were immediate, insightful, and profound. Asked to describe the film, Scott says, I can't even explain it. You literally just have to watch it. It's very fire.
Fire is like a new thing, isn't it? That's being said among the hip hop crew.
Let's see what happens. 6 fucking days. 6 days.
Yeah.
6 days. I just don't. I don't think anything can stop it now. I don't think.
And you're now excited about the fact that it is actually happening.
I just don't. Touch wood. Sorry, I just realised if I did that in front of the dog, she would have lost her shit. I don't think anything can happen in the next 6 days that would stop it.
That fucker's coming now. It's happening.
It's just very
I
exciting.
think even if we go back into fucking lockdown, he'd just have it playing.
It just like it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. Lockdown, that kind of a lockdown is not going to happen. It's happening. I cannot fucking believe it's actually going to hit it. And you have to wonder how much Disney are maybe kicking themselves now about putting Mulan on Disney Plus.
It's a fucking stupid idea.
Like, just not, just blinking at the last second. But we'll see. But apparently, like, cinemas are seeing quite large demand for Tenet. So I booked a single ticket for the IMAX next Wednesday, but then Donna said, I wouldn't mind coming along as well. And I've now had to book 2 seats in row A because they were the only 2 seats in the fucking screen I could get. That's IMAX.
Screen that we went to, you can see in row A and IMAX. Fucking hell. That's going to be... That's going to be huge.
They're set back anyway.
Yeah, they're set back.
Yeah.
They're really good. They were well set out. I think when we booked literally when the day they went on sale, about an hour or two afterwards, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was like half full already.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, yes, okay, it's 50% capacity, but this is like a half-4 show and this was like a week before the film actually releases.
Yeah, we booked it. We're going at 12:40 on the Wednesday.
Is that not the literal first screen?
It's the first screening, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it was like I booked off the original Tenet day because obviously I was going to come up to York, and it was just like there was no point trying to book it. And also, to be fair, next week one of the other managers is off, so I wouldn't have been able to book it off anyway. But I just didn't feel right booking it off because it was like, well, it'll probably just get delayed anyway. Now, Candyman weekend I've booked off. That's in the fucking books. I am coming to York and we are gonna drink some beer and eat some food and do some recording, and hopefully Jordan Knoll is still coming, and it's going to be a hell of a weekend. And that's not stopping either. That's not stopping. Everything's back.
No, yeah. So you could have a show where it's all of us together with I think Andrew's coming as well.
Cool. We're going to feed you some vegan fried chicken.
And meat as well. Don't
It'll
know
also
that.
be meat,
Go off with me.
Yeah, one trip we're going to go and eat vegan fried chicken and various things.
We got fucking food places fucking planned like a motherfucker.
Nice. Well, I'm up on the Thursday. I don't know where the fuck I'm staying yet. I'll sort that out with Noel. I'll go back on the Saturday or the Sunday. I haven't decided yet. I'll do it up.
Nice.
Anyway, it's going to take 5.5 hours to get there on the train, so I probably want to do more than one fucking night or whatever, don't I? So,
oh, absolutely.
Oh, you want to get your money's worth. Can you
Right.
get me a drink, quick?
So, yeah, I think that was probably about it. Even though I will just say, geekily, it kind of looks like maybe a 4K of David Lynch's Dune is getting announced tomorrow.
From Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. It's weird because it's Arrow Academy, isn't it? It's not
Arrow Video. Yeah.
And it does seem like that's more an Arrow Video one, but almost like they've gone, no, we'd like it to be, you can do it, but it has to go Academy. We want it to have a bit more prestige than video. But yeah, it does seem like that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, or at the very least a Blu-ray, but it kind of feels like just do a 4K. And I will say, I'll talk about it more next week, so I'm only halfway through it, but the 4K of Pitch Black, it's really nice.
Good.
Yeah, really nice. They obviously give a shit. And a lot of features on there as well, actually. But I'll talk.
Load them up, don't they?
Oh yeah, but I'll talk more about that next week. Right. So, any other news, or should we move on to trailers?
Let's move on to trailers. I think the news is there's actually been trailers.
Absolutely. So, first one I want to talk about. Did you guys see the trailer for Let Him Go?
Yes.
Right. When Leslie Manville slaps Diane Lane,
Yes.
I was on the train watching this, and I actually went, "Oh shit!" The thing is, if you said Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, Leslie Manville, that is not the film you expect.
No, it's from that you'd expect something a little bit more somber or a little bit more not quite as fucking nasty looking as that movie looks like it's going to be. But I am very up for a Leslie Manville being a fucking arsehole movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Leslie Manville, Melissa Leo was busy this week of shooting, so fuck it. Yeah, I'm well up for that.
Yeah, heavy in for that for me. That's the kind of thing where if she was in a lead role, Manville probably wouldn't get like awards consideration, but in a supporting actress kind of a thing, that's the kind of thing that could stand out.
Because she got nominated for Phantom Thread, didn't she?
Manville.
Yeah.
I think she might have. I want to say she might have got nominated for Another Year as well. That's interesting.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, go on, you have a look. But I mean, like Kevin Costner and Diane Lane looking for their kid. I mean, does it turn out that, or their grandson? Does it actually turn out it's Superman's son? There's a question.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, she got nominated for Phantom Thread.
Oh, it was just Phantom Thread. Fair play. But no, I mean, it's yeah, I like I love that Leslie Manville is generally kind of known for like more kind of like prestige-y kind of like English fare, and here she's just this like matriarch of this fucking psychotic Southern family or whatever, and it's like, yep, I am very much here for it.
Ooh, it's R-rated as well.
Yes, it is. They very much said that at the end of the trailer as well, and it's like, yes, yep, yes, please, yes, please.
I have no idea who this woman is. I'm looking back through her IMDb and I've not seen anything.
She's normally like Ian says, a prestige British TV actress, and then she turned up in. She's done like bits of film and has always been very good in what she's done. Then she was in Phantom Thread and was fucking incredible.
Yeah, she's really good in that. Yeah.
Where she played Daniel Day-Lewis's sister in it, and he's almost like the brains behind the Enterprise rather than the creative talent behind the Enterprise. But she's absolutely brilliant in it. There's a few scenes where she just gets to absolutely fucking cut through everybody.
Fair enough. She's in The Crown. Of course, she's British and she's a TV actress.
Everyone's in the fucking Crown.
Cool.
Gillian Anderson as Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
Ruining my childhood.
Yeah.
So we've also got Sofia Coppola's new one, On the Rocks, which I believe is going to be on Apple TV in October.
It is indeed, yeah.
And yep, why not?
I have a hit and miss with Sofia Coppola in the sense that I think Virgin Suicides is okay.
Virgin Suicide is great.
And I think Lost Translation is very good, but I do think it's a little bit overrated, and I thought Somewhere was fantastic. However, I didn't like The Beguiled, but I think part of that is setting. I don't like movies set around that period. And I thought The Bling Ring was essentially a early Instagram advert. So I had issues, and Marie Antoinette is just is kids playing. So, but I this looks fucking great. The little throwaway jokes that it gives you already within the trailer are fantastic. So the fact that they keep saying inappropriate things as waiters are bringing them food or waiting for their order or bits like that, it already seems like that's going to be a running joke in the movie, and I'm up for that. Plus, that cast playing off each other just seems perfect. And it's got your boy in it.
Sorry?
It's got your comedy favourite.
Who?
Marlon Wayans.
What?
The husband.
The husband, yeah.
That was Marlon Wayans?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go.
I need to double check this, but I'm sure it was.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Is it? I thought it was.
I watched it on my phone. I'm going to blame that. Right, yeah. Marlon Wayans and being chewed out by Bill Murray. Yeah, oh, yes. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm very up for that. So seeing that, just drop it on my Apple TV. Yeah, all right.
What was that other Apple one that we watched recently? That Tom Hanks one.
Oh, Greyhound.
Hopefully it'll be better than that.
Fair enough.
It certainly looks less boring.
Well, Greyhound was all right.
It looks less boring than Greyhound.
Oh, right. Oh, Greyhound was all right. You leave it alone. So also Netflix trailer, The Devil All the Time.
Intense, doesn't it?
It's directed by the guy who directed Simon Killer, so that feels of a piece.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a heck of a cast as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Stacked, isn't it?
Yeah. Be interesting to see Tom Holland do something where he plays a grown-up, and that's not a criticism. It's just, you know, he very often plays younger than his actual age.
Yeah. He looked really young.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and that's fine. But it's just, and also as well, I think being that age and being part of the MCU has taken up an awful lot of oxygen for him that he's not really had a chance to do that much else. So this will be really quite interesting to see what he can do, and it's quite interesting that he's gone for something so heavy dramatic within that as well. You know, some of the roles he's picked that haven't been the MCU roles, they're really quite interesting. It shows like a kid who doesn't want to just trade through on the fact that he's Spider-Man. It's somebody who actually wants to go, do you know what, Spider-Man, but I kind of like to have a career over here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I like Bill Skarsgård's. Looking forward to seeing him in something non-Pennywise. You know, I like the It films, but it's good to see him. Robert Pattinson continuing his "I will do whatever the fuck I want" career, which is just marvelous.
It literally, it does seem a lot with him like he's gone, right, I did Harry Potter, I did Twilight, I am pretty much set for life financially. You know, I'm very well off, and that's it. Beyond that, I can now have the career that I want to have rather than the career that I will need to facilitate.
Yeah, and he still stars in Tenet. He still stars in The Batman. You know, he's doing all that, but it does feel this sounds like fun.
Well, as well,
they're interesting big movies, though, aren't they? Rather than just being like blockbuster for the sake of it movies.
It makes you more excited for Batman in the sense that he's not doing it because he's sat around at home going, I want to play Batman, or because he's gone, oh, Batman, this will be great for my career. I think he's very, very happy with his career right now. But something has made him go, all right, that's fucking interesting. All right, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty fucking cool.
What was that film he was in where he travelled around in a car? Is it Cosmopolis or something?
Yeah. That was like the first one that kind of announced him post Twilight. I think it was.
Yeah.
It came out before the last Twilight movie, didn't it? It was filmed afterwards, I think, but it came out before it.
It feels to me like it was between Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2 or something like that, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like...
I can fucking pull off a suit in that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie, Cosmopolis. It's a really fucking good movie.
Do you reckon that's one of, like, Nolan's things?
Yeah.
Before he casts someone, he's like, can they pull off a suit?
I think if they can't pull off a suit, he didn't even give a shit about them in life.
Yeah. Tom Hardy in his fucking suit in Inception. My God.
Yeah, we had a big conversation about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My word. Looks good. Out on Netflix in a few weeks' time. So we'll be reviewing it.
It literally is a couple of weeks' time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mid-September, I want to say. And I mean, like, it's interesting now because obviously we're getting towards the end of the year and it kind of feels like we're at a point where cinemas actually will be able to show things. So there will be some sort of Oscar season, just a lot less in-person parties and shit like that, you know. So it will be... I think it's going to ramp up. You know, you got Tenet, which if that's as good as... You know, I saw something that looked like a clip from a TV spot that hadn't been released yet where the editor of Empire said this is cinema at its very best and it's got 5 stars in total film, all that kind of stuff. If it kind of continues down that track, then Tenet's going to be the populist choice for the Oscars. But then you've got Mank, you've got On the Rocks, you've got The Devil All the Time, you've got Nomadland. There are a myriad of others that I'm just forgetting. The French Dispatch, that it looks like that's probably going to be out in like February or so next year, so it will still qualify for the Oscars because of the extended eligibility. So, you know, there will be a season. You know, so it's exciting. It's all very exciting. Do you know what else is exciting?
Is it the next trailer we're going to talk about?
Mustaches.
Which one's this? Am I missing one? Oh, fucking hell, yeah. Yes. I think you messaged us on WhatsApp saying, I didn't know how much I wanted to see this movie until the trailer came out. And yeah, I'm exactly the same. That is it November it comes out? Or it's
October, mate. October.
That, just as it's starting to get a bit cold and just as it's starting to turn the seasons a little bit, going and sitting that in the dark when it's dark outside. Definitely now.
Ah, okay. It's just you've not mentioned it. You didn't mention the name of the film.
No, we haven't.
You
just have to say mustache.
Yeah. Don't you think though that Branagh looks a little bit younger in this one?
You think?
I think he looks younger. Like, not like the character. Branagh looks younger.
Maybe that's some work.
Branagh looks like the kind of guy who would have low-key work.
Yeah.
That was his fee for Artemis Fowl. He said to Disney, right, you will take 10 years off my life through your magical ways, and I will direct it.
Face-off machine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly.
But I want my face from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I want to go in the Back to the Future machine and then in the face-off machine.
What you need to do is use the one from Mission Impossible and print his face from 10 years ago. Maybe it's just a math.
I don't think they've got that property.
Yeah, it looks fucking good, does Death on the Nile.
Yeah, it does. Again, a stacked cast.
Yeah.
It's like literally after work tomorrow, I'm going to go into HMV and I'm praying that the 4K of Murder on the Orient Express is in a 2 for 30 because I'm fucking buying it.
The thing about that film is, and it is not a Christmas film because it's not set at Christmas.
It feels Christmas.
But it does feel like I am looking forward to around Christmas time just having a good time just giving that a rewatch. Because I'm going to rewatch it now before. What is it? But fuck it, I think I could enjoy it enough to rewatch it again in December as well.
Do you think perhaps on a psychological level it's because growing up the Poirot specials always came out around Christmas?
No, because I never used to watch them because even when I was a child I thought TV was bullshit.
Oh, the Poirot specials were fucking mint.
Cool. Do you know what else was better?
Mimi.
Movies. Renting some movies. That was better.
Oh, whatever. I grew up in a Tory household. We were all about
you were all proud of going to bed at 9 p.m.
No, I mean I get it. I get it though. That kind of like ITV Sunday night kind of mystery thing, but on just like a massive fuck off scale.
Yeah, and they were always so fucking glossy, weren't they? Like they were rich to look at.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know, darling, because you didn't watch them.
No, I wouldn't. I was too busy watching like fun stuff.
As much as I like, Branagh's good as Poirot as well, but as much as I think that when he goes, "I am Hercule Poirot" in the trailer, my brain goes, "No, you're fucking not."
See,
just does.
My brain goes, "Fine with that."
I'm fine with it, but yeah.
I mean, and again, they've shot it in 70mm. Like Murder on the Orient Express. That's the thing. It's like Murder on the Orient Express. They fucking shot it 70mm. Like that's the thing. I want to get the 4K of that because I bet it looks fucking incredible.
Branagh literally apparently asked if he could shoot it in 70mm, thinking they'd say no, and then so he could throw something else out at them because he thought, if I throw all these different things at them, they've got to say yes to at least one. And then the first one he threw out was, "I want to shoot on 70mm," and they went, "Okay." And he was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, shot my load there.
I've got to actually pull this off now.
The good thing is though, because obviously I think Murder on the Orient Express was a bit of a slow burner, wasn't it, at the box office? It didn't do massive straight away, did it?
Interesting.
It did well over its, what is it?
Yeah.
It was a time scale one, yeah.
But then obviously because people came to it after a while and watched it and liked it, this has got made. If this now gets good numbers, there's so many fucking stories to go at. There's so many Poirot stories to go at.
Oh, if this does well, these will be every 2 years for the next 5 or 6 years.
Like a grown-up's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I mean, it made just over 350 million worldwide. So in the US, it opened 28 and finished on 102. So that's a multiplier of nearly 4, which is pretty good. And that kind of indicates what you're saying there about the slow burn. I want to see what it did over here. Yeah, so that's the thing. Over here in dollars, it opened to about 6.5 million and ended up doing 32. Like that's a fucking mental multiplier. So I mean, that's the thing. It was one of those things that just hung around, and I think this one could do that as well, as long as it's good. That's it. If it is good, then it will hang around. And also, quite frankly, the fact that it comes out in October and with cinema releases being as limited as they are, it's probably just going to hang around more. Because this is the thing. It's like, I'm thinking with Tenet and New Mutants and Bill and Ted Face the Music and indeed they do face the music with the fucking ridiculous UK release date. But all these films, I think we're going to stop seeing the old films playing quite soon. And it's just going to be screens and screens and screens of the new affair.
I think from what I was reading, a thing that saying Cineworld are going to keep Cineworld's plan apparently already before all this happened was to start introducing more retro screenings. So they're going to keep that going, but it'll be rather than it being 6 movies, it might be 2 movies. For 2 weeks and then 2 movies for 2 weeks.
And probably on smaller screens as well, I would wager.
Sort of like that. I mean, we're going to see Dirty Dancing on Saturday night, and I am well excited.
Yeah.
I take against Dirty Dancing for purely carnal reasons, and I'll leave it there.
Fair enough.
I'm intrigued. I do not want to know.
At the uni, how I got back to my first year accommodation in uni with a girl I'd been seeing, and was thinking, yeah, tonight might be the night. And got back, and my housemates were watching Dirty Dancing, and the girl was, "Oh, I love this film. Can we have a drink and watch this?" And then just ended up watching the entire thing, and then she was tired and went home. And I
mean, that's not really Patrick Swayze's fault, is it?
I don't know. It probably was Patrick Swayze's fault.
It was, yeah. Patrick Swayze has stolen a lot of women off a lot of men and probably women without actually even ever actually trying, because that was the power of the Swayze.
He does dance really good in Dirty Dancing. It's quite hot.
It's amazingly hot. I'm going there for the Swayze.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not Jennifer Grey.
Fuck that bitch.
He stole her that night. There was a girl I was seeing whose name was Meryl, which was, you don't get many Meryls.
No, it's not a common name.
No. Anyway, moving on from Meryl to... Have we got another trailer?
Yeah.
What have we got?
There's a few more.
Is there a few more?
Yeah.
Is there? Go
on. Well, there's that Robert De Niro Grandad one.
Yeah, with Grandpa.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'll go and see that on a fucking Sunday morning at 9:30 with a coffee. I'm up for that.
Yeah?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably skip that one.
That's fine, I don't give a shit.
Is De Niro just funding some more property developments, but this time he's got Walken co-developing it with him or something?
I think basically, yeah, he's gone, right, I need to buy a few more apartments for here. Chris, do you want some work for 2 days? They're going to pay you a ridiculous amount of money for it. And he's gone, what I have to do, just turn up and be you.
The thing is, it's not like there's not good roles for older gentlemen. He doesn't have to do crappy comedies.
No, but he might just wanna.
Yeah, but we deserve more from him.
We get
he'll get paid more for a family comedy than he would for a proper role. Yeah. Yeah.
He's not really hurting for money though, is he? I suppose he's got to fund those restaurants that aren't going to make any money. We also got round to watching that I'm Thinking of Ending Things trailer that you spoke about last week.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I'm actually really intrigued by this. Mark stopped watching and started reading something on his phone after about halfway, so just to see how that panned out.
I was thinking about ending things whilst watching that goddamn fucking trailer.
I think it looks good.
Oh, it's fucking shoegazy fucking nonsense.
We're going to be reviewing it.
I'll happily review it, and I will hope that I am wrong on the trailer and that it is a great fucking movie, as I always do. I have a feeling, however, that it is going to be pretentious wank of the highest order, like Annalisa was.
Another trailer that we watched that Mark hated.
What? Which one?
Bad Hair.
Oh, gosh.
You weren't keen for that one, were you?
God, every fucking horror movie now trailer has to have a fucking cello going in it. Every fucking one, just because fucking us did it.
Yeah.
Does it have like a slowed down version of I don't know, I'm thinking like I Swear or something like that.
It's not far off it, I think, actually, yeah.
That
would work, actually. Yeah, that would work.
That would be a good one for like a serial killer stalker one. Like, because what are the lyrics? Like, I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky,
in your eyes,
I'll
the
be
sky,
there.
Yeah.
You know, like it's do that slow in a horror movie trailer.
I will happily watch a movie about a woman with essentially a possessed weave plotted in.
I'm fine with that, but then you give me that trailer and it makes me go,
Makes you go what?
meh.
Oh, right. I thought it was just like a door creaking. So, trailers. There'll be more trailers next week as well with Tenet coming out. You'd imagine the studios who have been edging it for the last month or so will be really fucking going full tilt.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It'll be a full-on release.
Here we...
In more ways than one for you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Right. On that note, I'm just going to get a drink and then we will crack on. I don't know if you guys want to get a drink or if you want to talk about, I don't know, what have you been cooking this week?
What have you been cooking this week, Rebecca?
Well, I keep a comprehensive list.
Let's have a look at your list.
We've been cooking. We've not really baked anything.
You baked cupcakes and
twice.
not donuts for some reason.
Oh, fuck off with the donuts. We found a new donut shop.
Which we haven't tried out yet.
Which we're going to try out. It only opened 2 days ago.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
What have we been cooking?
What have we been cooking?
Where is my 2020 list? Oh, we had some pretty solid hot dogs, didn't we?
Some good hot dogs, yeah.
Some rather disappointing pork.
Oh, I don't think it was disappointed. It was really good.
I was disappointed in it.
I thought it was fucking damn good.
Spent 30 quid on a McDonald's.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh. Yeah.
What else we got there?
We've made some good food. Panko chicken with poutine.
The panko chicken with poutine was delightful.
That's one of my favourite meals at the moment.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
Like basically posh cheesy chips.
Please don't use a phrase. Please don't use a phrase.
Chips, cheese and gravy.
Oh, no, it's almost just as bad.
And greasy, crispy chicken. It's just
It's
delightful.
not greasy.
It's not, no, but it's deep fried, isn't it?
It's deep fried chicken, yeah, but it's very fucking good.
It is very good. Oh, I want that now.
Right, now, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're podcasting, so you can't.
I mean, go whip some up real quick.
It ain't that fucking quick.
Just sit and eat poutine.
Off screen. Yeah, and we had barbecue for lunch yesterday, didn't we?
We did. The barbecue was really good.
The barbecue was good yesterday for lunch.
I couldn't decide which barbecue to have, so I had the platter, which had a bit of everything.
Yes, you did.
It was amazing.
I took the glass down. That was stupid. Oh, well, just off the can. Sorry, I thought I was on mute. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think that's it in the food adventures for this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Very good. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I've just brought my cans up. I just figured that would be easier. And what should we talk about first? Let's. I don't know. I don't know what we should talk about. I don't know. Babyteeth. Babyteeth is directed by Shannon Murphy. Stars Eliza Scanlon, Toby Wallace, Ben Mendelsohn, and Essie Davis. And this is the story of a girl played by Eliza Scanlon who is suffering from cancer. Things are pretty sad. Her mum played by Essie Davis and dad played by Ben Mendelsohn kind of, you know, their relationship's not exactly on the skids, but obviously it's quite tense with having a daughter who's so ill. She one day meets Moses, played by Toby Wallace, a kind of a skeezy kind of drug dealer guy who's also kind of charming. They start a relationship, which the parents aren't really into, but then they kind of realize that in a way she needs him, and in a way they need him as well. Interesting bit of work, this. It was very much celebrated in kind of awards season last year. Actually, it was nominated for the Golden Lion, I believe, at Venice, I want to say. Also won the or nominated for the Grand Jury Prize. And it won something for emerging actor as well, I think, or emerging director for Shannon Murphy, I think. So it's quite awardsy. It's maybe too small to be like an Oscar botherer, but it feels like the first awardsy film that we've had in Lord knows how long. So intrigued to see what you guys thought of this. Bex, I'll turn it to you. Babyteeth, what do you think?
Oh, I don't really want to go first on this one because I didn't like it.
Well, then it's best that you go first.
Go on.
And then we'll go. We'll maybe defend it if we need to.
If you need to. The only thing I've seen Eliza Scanlon in before is I don't know if either of you guys watched it. It's TV, so probably not. But Sharp Objects that Amy Adams did, her prestige TV attempt.
Oh, is she the sister?
Yeah, she plays Amma.
Okay.
Amy Adams' little sister.
Yeah.
And she's really good in it, and she's really good in this, and the kid who plays Moses is really good in this, and the Ben Mendelsohn's really good in this, and the mother is really good in this, but they are all so fucking unlikable that whatever they're going through, I find it really hard to give a shit. They're all just horrible. Moses is just using her. The mother makes every fucking thing about her. The dad's making out with the pregnant fucking neighbour, and Eliza Scanlon, arguably the most sympathetic character in it, is just, I just look at it and I'm like, stop being so pathetic. He doesn't give a shit about you. He literally left you on a roof to die. Get a fucking grip. And it felt so fucking long as well. We were watching it, weren't we? When did we watch it? Sunday? No, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I get Sundays and Wednesdays mixed up. I get Sundays and Wednesdays mixed up because they're both hard. They are. It just felt like it went on forever. I mean, the ending packs a punch, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't for me. Like, yeah.
I think that's really interesting because I'd throw it to Mark in a second, but just to kind of like feed off of that, one of the things that I had the most difficulty with this film was Moses. He is a fucking scumbag. And It's like by the end of the film, you can see that they formed a connection, but it that took a long time, and it does feel like long before that. It would have been like what the fuck, especially when he leaves her up on that roof.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, just because I think it's an interesting perspective of these parents literally just want her to be happy. They probably know in their heart of hearts that things are going to go to how they go in the end of the film anyway. And it's almost like, what's the worst that could happen? But when he leaves her up on that roof, then surely that should have just been, right, you need to never see her again. You need to never see it. But it's interesting you say the performances are all great, because that's the thing I kind of hung my hat on. But Mark, what do you think?
I can see why you didn't get on with it, Bex, for sure. But in the same way as that, I think it was a little bit more scatty than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I thought the performances are all fantastic. by the way, but
the approach is yeah.
But I mean, I think especially, I was quite surprised the kid who played Toby Wallace, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, who plays Moses, he's very good. Because Liza Scanlon is getting all the praise for it, and right, so she's very good in it. But Ben Mendelsohn's doing some stuff in this, especially towards the end. I think Essie Davis is very good. You get the fact that it's the thing is, I think it's a little bit. The film is carried by how good the performances are, but I think is slightly hampered by. I get what Shannon Murphy's. I said that right? I don't know.
Yep, Shannon Murphy. Yep.
Shannon Murphy. Yeah. I said it and thought, is that? I am right with that. I get what she's doing, but it is. I think that she's being more subtle than she actually thinks. I think she thinks she's being more subtle than she actually is. It's like, we get it. You've got the middle class drug addicts who are breaking the law by prescribing themselves the drugs.
Yeah.
And you've got the regular drug addict who's taking basically the same drugs. Because it's
he's literally stealing them from
their
house.
Not even that. He's either stealing them or being given them, actually, there. It's very clever that he never smoked weed.
No.
And he never takes like coke, heroin, crack, or anything like that. It's always what are prescription drugs.
You don't even see him drinking, really, do you? Apart from like the occasional
beer
with like food.
Yeah, but even that, it does look like it's a zero alcohol Heineken. I get it that the idea is that you're saying, look, you guys think you're all righteous and that he's just a junkie, but so are fucking you guys. You're shooting up, and yeah, all right, it's morphine, but you're still fucking doing it, and you're prescribing her stuff to just keep essentially, it seems like he's started off trying to keep her level, so she can just get through this shit thing that they're having to deal with, but it's now got to the point where he's just trying to keep her out of his head.
I don't know, the vibe I get off them, because their relationship does not seem like a good one. The vibe I get off them is that he's just trying to keep her in check until Miller dies, and then get fucking rid.
I don't know if it's the get rid. I think it's just I think the start of it was to keep her in check for herself, and now I think it has developed to the point of where he can't deal with her sober.
She's a fucking pain in the arse, though, to be fair. Like, even when Miller dies, she's not, oh my god, I can't believe she's gone. It's I didn't get to say goodbye.
Yeah, but the bit there that I think then as a directorial bit and as a performance from Toby Wallace is Moses' reaction.
Yeah.
He doesn't, what is it? He just grabs her and starts hugging her. Yeah. And he doesn't react to it. He sees it as this is her, she's grieving.
Yeah.
And it's that. But the fucking, the absolute gut punch of that movie is when Moses walks out of the room and looks at Ben Mendelsohn, and he fucking knows absolutely straight away what's gone on, and she has no idea, and he can't even say to her, "Don't go in that fucking room." And he just doesn't say anything at all. And then when she walks out, he just walks in. And Mendelsohn said something quite interesting recently, where he said in an interview, I think it might have been with Total Film or GQ or somebody, that the way that he wants to see his career is he'd like to be in the same vein as like Harry Dean Stanton or John Hurt. And it's like, do you know what? Fucking hell, yeah. He basically is our new Harry Dean Stanton. And I think, again, Ian, you mentioned it, the fact is he could end up being an awards recognition for supporting actor for this. He is incredible in it. And Ben Mendelsohn is incredible he's in a bit of it's just a thing now, isn't it?
It's like he kind of started doing the villain You know, like
I think off the back of Animal Kingdom,
yeah, you know, and I mean, like he was the bad guy in Rogue One, and he turned up in that fucking Taron Egerton Robin Hood film as the sheriff of Nottingham, and I swear he's been in others as well. But it's the fact that in terms of awards, you've got this guy that people know, and he's given a performance that people haven't necessarily really seen him give before, which is just like a normal fucking dad. And he absolutely smashes it. And I mean, like, it's interesting because Bex, you were saying about how he's unlikable, you know, like kind of like kissing the pregnant woman and whatnot. And I think it's interesting that the film doesn't focus on that. He kisses her. He realizes, shit, this is a low, you know, and then after that, it kind of seems like his relationship with Essie Davis is like he's working at it more. I thought that was interesting, but it was just like the bit that really got me was in that last scene on the beach where she asks to take the picture. I know. Just before that, it's like she says, "I'm so tired," and then like there's like that. And then asked to take the photo, and she's saying like, you know, try and smile, Dad. And it's just he knows, right? She's done.
Yeah,
he's gonna do something or whatever. Something's gonna happen, and I think that provokes his reaction, where it's just like it's acceptance. When he goes into a room and gives her a kiss and whatnot, you know. But that fucking like that look that he gave her was just. Fuck! It just feels real. That feels real.
Yeah, it's, and that's it. I think that my issue is with it, the film, and I did like it. If you take away the fact that I did the title is just fucking daft.
The title's the worst.
The title's fucking terrible, and it makes because it feels quirky, and so it's.
The constant little title cards throughout it.
Oh, the title cards in it were a little bit too much. But it's stuff like that. The story you have is good, is really good, and is worth exploring with these actors you've got. Stop trying to throw more at it.
It's a good film. The bones of a good film in there. It's just done badly for me.
But there's certain directorial bits that are done really, really well.
Like what?
Like the whole ending. I think he's done fantastically.
I just think it's structurally it's put together really badly.
It's messy.
Yeah,
I'll admit that. No, not messy. I don't think it's messy. I think it's scattered. I think that there's a lot of threads that go out there that never get tied up.
Yeah. I mean, I that's totally fair. I mean, like it's like on Letterboxd, I gave it a 4 out of 5 because of the It is the performances. Yeah. That's the thing. It's that if all the central 4 weren't as good as they are, you know, it would have been maybe potentially a little bit teeth itchingly annoying.
Yeah, I think you've got a 2-hour movie that skirts over some key moments really quite quickly.
Like him getting clean.
Like Moses getting clean is literally one scene.
It's him vomiting into a bowl.
Of him vomiting into a bowl and you know, from trying to eat a sandwich. But then he's clearly clean after that and then he's allowed to see his brother and bits like that. And it's a bit like
that was a jump. That was a fucking jump. Yeah, you're right.
There's a bit missing there.
Yeah.
There's 5 minutes missing there. And if you have to get your movie in under 2 hours for any reason or something like that, and that's what's happened, right?
Cut something else.
Cut bits of what you think are pensive and mood orientating bits that are just bits where you're going, can we get going now? Can we get going now?
Every bit they show of her dancing, they could have cut in like half.
A lot of her dancing.
I didn't need to see that much of her dancing. Not that she's a bad dancer. It's just, I don't need, it's fine. She's dancing. I've got it. Move on.
I think there was a little bit too much of the party scene.
I quite like
there was.
I quite like that scene.
I liked it, but don't you think for a little bit it did feel like a bit of a music video?
Yeah, 100%. When she was looking at that like androgynous looking person or whatever that was 100%. It did look like a music video, but I liked that it was her having a night out and obviously seeing shit that she's not used to seeing, you know, and like having that experience that young people have. You know, like I liked what that did, but like you say, Mark, it is weird that it feels like it was almost like they had to get it in under 2 hours for some fucking reason. And then there are just leaps, like that Toby woman, he kisses her, and then suddenly she's just like somebody who comes to like parties and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's wait, how?
And he does say earlier, "You got a girlfriend?" He goes, "Not really."
Yeah. What was that about? There's connective tissue that is missing. But then, yeah, I think you're right. They do kind of focus on the wrong things at times as well. But I don't know. It's just like, I didn't see it coming that she was actually going to fucking die in the end. I honestly didn't. Like,
I always expected it.
That's interesting. So you knew she was ill before you watched it? Like, you knew that she was a cancer patient?
It's just from reading a synopsis or something.
Right. So you knew that. Did you? It doesn't give it away in the trailer, that.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Right. Now, the problem is, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that I saw a headline of something in a tweet of a review. And in that, it said, terminally ill cancer patient.
Shit, right.
So I was like, what the fuck? It doesn't give that away in the fucking trailer at all.
Yeah.
So I knew from the start of it she was going to die.
Yeah.
I had a feeling within the movie that that she was going to have to die at the end of it, otherwise it didn't make sense. The movie. If she survives, then the whole having happiness with Moses and going into that doesn't make sense, because what the fuck do they do there?
I feel like they could have just let her go into remission and got the fucking formal, though, to be fair. She never got to go to the formal.
Oh, that's true. She didn't. That's really sad.
No.
She had that dress and everything.
Yeah, which she got to wear for her birthday.
Yeah, and that bit of, Moses, you're a really good dancer, do some dancing for us. It's a fucking shite dancer.
I mean, that was quite badass, to be fair. I'm going to get that and steal those moves.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Please don't.
I'm gonna.
In the pantheon of birthday movies, it's not my number one. You know what I mean? Like, to be fair, I don't think anything will beat Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No.
That was a strong one. That.
Yeah. I mean, fucking hell. But it's not, again, but then at the same time, it's not The Rover. So, you know, I don't know, it swings around that. So, I mean, I'm definitely not shit, but mainly because of the performances and, to be honest, most centrally Ben Mendelsohn. But I would recommend it. Yeah, I think I would.
I'm definitely not shit on it. I really liked it. I don't think probably I'll ever watch it again.
So
that's just because of the. It's not. I don't think it's going to be the sort of film that benefits repeat viewing.
No.
And bless her, she's also the one that dies in Little Women.
She.
Yeah.
Maybe she could be that. That should be a career. She could be the one that dies.
The new Sean Bean.
Yeah, she could be. What are you, Bex?
It is touching cloth for me. The structure of the story and, like you said, the lack of certain key fucking connective tissue.
Well,
really, it spoilt it for me. Like specifically the bit with the brother. I turned around to you at one point and then said, hang on a second, so his mum won't let him in the house, but she's quite happy for him to take the brother out for the day. And you were like, well, I think that must be because he's got clean. I was like, yeah, but you shouldn't have to make that assumption. Like, you know, yes, I don't need the hand-holding through a movie, but it's a film. It's supposed to present a story. That is literally the point. If you're supposed to just assume, you know, make up your own mind and use your own intuitiveness, you could show the first scene, the last scene of a movie, and fill the rest in for your fucking self. So those bits spoilt it enough for me. Enough for me that the performances doesn't pull it up, so we're definitely not shit.
Well, our audience poll, definitely not shit 40%, touching cough 20%, and shit 40%.
It's only not fit for me because of the performances.
So I think that maybe it's one of those that critics adore, but then when it's actually got out there to people, the kind of the sway of it is not quite there.
Yeah,
I really wanted to like it as well. I pushed for us to watch
this.
You did,
yeah. I think we were both very much looking forward to it, both happy to be watching it as well. But then again, I did enjoy it. But then I really liked Essie Davis in it as well. I thought she was fantastic.
Yeah.
But
she's fucking pain in the ass, the character though, isn't she?
Pain in the ass, the character, but I thought she pulled it off quite. I thought her character felt like she was the right person, a real person. She felt like she was the right person for that. You could see that relationship that she's got with Ben Mendelsohn. They felt like they could be real people. They didn't feel like almost like caricatures. Like sometimes when you're playing
she did a bit to me,
but I don't think she did. I think she just felt like somebody who was a little bit like self-indulgent, and this is the her child being terminally ill is the first real problem she's ever had to encounter, and it's and all she can see is how it affects her.
I think part of the reason her character annoyed me so much is because obviously Miller's supposed to be 16, isn't she?
Yeah.
And I look at it and obviously Isabel's 16, and I'd like to think that if Isabel was going through something like that, I wouldn't. She basically she kind of ignores Miller's problems and tries to gloss over them, doesn't she? And just kind of, oh my God, let's go shopping, and it's like, no, you've got to acknowledge it at some point because she's having to acknowledge it all the time. She needs an outlet to talk to.
I think she's just wanting to try and be normality in her universe and not be constantly that girl who's got cancer.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. Yeah. So Babyteeth, it's got a wider release than it probably would have had if the pandemic wasn't happening. If you feel so inclined to go out in the cinema, it's relatively worth a watch if for the performances more than anything else.
You know what was the #1 movie in the US last week?
Well,
do you know what the #1 movie in the US last week was, Ian?
SpongeBob?
Yeah. SpongeBob. The SpongeBob movie was the #1 movie in the US last week.
And it only came out in Canada.
It's mental, isn't it?
SpongeBob movie came out years ago.
No, there's a new one.
Oh.
Yeah. It took nearly $1 million.
Fair enough.
It's mental, that, isn't it, that the SpongeBob movie got released.
It's going to be... Sorry, that's on.
No, go on. It's not SpongeBob related.
No, go on. You're right.
I was just going to say, I saw something on Twitter the other day about the David Copperfield movie being finally released. And
in the US, yeah.
Yeah.
Have they not had it yet?
No,
it comes out... It was delayed because of COVID. It comes out next Friday in cinemas.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's been out on here like iTunes for like a couple of months now.
And it's fucking great film.
It's a fucking great film.
Yeah.
But ever so slight tangent. I think it seems like the reason for that. It's interesting that New Mutants and Copperfield are both like Disney films, but New Mutants was Fox, and in the US, Copperfield was Fox Searchlight. They're coming out in cinemas. I wonder if there was some sort of contractual thing where anything that had already been made that they had already bought had to be theatrically released or something like that, and so they are bound by...
Possibly.
Because they're releasing it as Disney as well.
Yeah, but it was a Fox Searchlight acquisition.
They're releasing it as Disney. I think there was something about it needed to get a release. It had already been planned, so it had to get, what is it?
That's the thing, and it's going to be really interesting, though, because, like, the US, Unhinged comes out tomorrow, and then Copperfield comes out next week, and New Mutants, I think, comes out in the US next week as well. So it's like, and then obviously Tenet's the week after. So it's going to be interesting with the US how much of an appetite there is as well, because I think it was LA have basically just said, yeah, don't expect any cinemas open for a while yet. So you've got people talking about crossing state lines to go and see films, which is fucking mental.
Yeah.
But I get it though. You know, if none of the cinemas were open in Wales and I had to drive to England to see Tenet, you bet your fucking arse I'd go drive to England to go see Tenet. So, you know, it's yeah. So I mean, that's it. I mean, I don't know. It's like one of my staff who will remain nameless drove from Wales to England to go fuck someone that he met on Tinder. So during like proper lockdown. So you know, he'll do that. I'm the person who will risk arrest to go see Tenet. You know, so yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, that staff member shall remain nameless, obviously, and I have no idea who they are. So I tell you what, let's do some what we've been watching. I'm mindful of the time, and I'm kind of thinking that if we just need to kind of sum up our thoughts on Project Power, then maybe that's what we do. Or did we think we had some stuff to talk about with Project Power?
No. Not especially lengthy.
Not especially lengthy, no.
Okay, let's do what we've been watching and see how we go then. So, Mark, Bex, what you've been watching?
I'll let you do yours first. Yours that you've watched solo, because I need to go for a pee.
For a pee?
For a pee.
Okay. So, why did I watch Rampage? There was a reason I watched Rampage, but I can't remember why I watched
That's a
Rampage.
question we all ask ourselves, Becky.
Yeah. Can't remember what it was that made me want to watch it, but anyway, I watched Rampage. Really enjoyed it again, to be fair. It's quite good fun. It's not trying to, I mean, it's got the whole don't tamper with, you know, nature kind of vibe going on, but it doesn't particularly hammer it home in a clumsy kind of way. It's just big animals destroying shit, and it's quite good fun, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson's in there. So Rampage, I watched Demolition Man because I think that was inspired by us having a conversation about the seashells a few weeks back on the podcast, and I've been wanting to watch it since, so I rewatched Demolition Man. Again, just good fun. I think it was during the day, I had a day off and Mark was doing something or other, so I watched Demolition Man. I also after we watched Project Power, decided what else is a movie about a tablet that gives you like powers and shit? Oh, I'll watch Limitless.
Yes.
So I watched Limitless. I didn't realise there's a Limitless TV show as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that, but I watched Limitless. It's really fucking quite good.
Limitless is cracking.
Yeah.
Limitless was one of those films that kind of happened that everyone kind of got really surprised by it being really quite good. Everyone's like, oh, Limitless, yeah, it's sort of like a mid-budget with that and Bradley fucking Cooper and De Niro apparently crops up. And then it was like, oh, it's really fucking good, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good story. Everyone's really fucking good in it. Bradley Cooper can wear the fuck out of a suit. And the ending, when he just owns Robert De Niro's character, is cracking. So, yeah, Limitless. What else did I watch on my own? Oh, so I watched Gretel and Hansel with Sophia Lillis.
Yes.
Yeah. How is this?
It's all right, actually. The story's a bit meandery.
In Hans Christian Andersen.
Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah.
It's a grim fairy tale.
It's a grim,
it's
a grim one.
But it's directed by Osgood Perkins, who did the pretty I Am the Pretty Thing Who Lives in the House, or whatever it was called, that Netflix one from a couple of years back.
Gretel and Hansel looks fantastic. Like aesthetically, it's gorgeous. It's really well put together. The story's just a bit. It's just a bit slow, and the little boy in it, Hansel in it, is very, very annoying. Like the kid.
I mean, kids are annoying. So.
Who plays him is annoying. But Sophia Lillis is good in it. Alice, is it Craig or Krieg? She basically plays the witch in the house, and she's really good in it. Yeah, it's quite like atmospheric, more than sort of scary. But yeah, definitely worth a watch. I really enjoyed that. That one's been delayed, hasn't it? Like it's been kind of in the background, about to come out for ages. So what was it? We saw it on the other day. Was it when we got the BT TV set up and it was on there, wasn't it? And I was like, ooh. So yeah, watched that, and I watched Spree. Did you get around to Spree?
No, do you know? No, I didn't. The Joe Keery one. Yeah.
It's the longest hour-and-a-half movie I've ever seen.
I was gonna. Yeah, all right.
Is it basically somebody made an hour-and-a-half TikTok and it's shit? Or is it an hour-and-a-half someone's Snapchat stories just strung together?
Do you know what? It's a really long, overstretched out Black Mirror episode, basically, because it's all like the evils of technology and what people will do for likes and for clout and stuff like that. And it's very kind of Black Mirror conceptually, but then it's just really long. There's a lot of slack in there, but the ending's quite good.
It doesn't sound like it's worth watching like 86 minutes for what is like a 3 or 4 minute ending there.
I mean, you know a film is going to be shit when it's in the middle of a pandemic where cinemas are screaming out for new releases and Cineworld still only give it one showing a day.
The thing is, there's some good kills in it. Joe Keery is quite like the kind of the fact that he doesn't seem to realise the gravity of what he's doing or how serious it is. It's just for him, it's like separate because it's for his YouTube channel or whatever it's on. He seems to kind of not really view it as real life.
So can I ask a question? Because my issue from the trailer was, one, it looked like it was shot on like an iPhone 5.
It's all shot on his thing.
I know, but it looks like it's shot on an iPhone 5. So that, but two was, it's what it's trying to do, what the message it's trying to tell, but to the people that are going to watch it and not going to get that message.
No.
They're going to think it's something different. They're going to think that it is actually quite cool and it is actually what is going on.
Fairly. I don't think that they'd get that. I don't think, to be fair, the kids that it is ostensibly aimed at will ever watch it, though. But it doesn't end well for Joe Keery.
I think you're underestimating the fact that these kids are just going to watch it because it's got that guy from Stranger Things in it. Remember, Primark have entire sections of fucking clothing for people who like Stranger Things.
Yeah, but that's mainly for adults. Because, like, Stranger Things is not marketed at, like, Isabel's age. It's marketed at, like, our age.
I remember I work with people, the age group of what is it, and all of them watch Stranger Things and get really excited about it.
I mean, to be fair, Lego Super Mario is not marketed at me, but I kind of want to buy some Lego Super Mario. So
I think Lego Super Mario is kind of marketed at you.
Well, Stranger Things is very, very targetedly marketed at people that are nostalgic for the 80s.
I do think that, honestly, they all fucking watch it and they all fucking love it and can't wait for season 4 is the next one. And yeah, they go on about it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Because I was talking to Izzy about it and she was saying none of her friends really watch it.
Yeah, friends.
That's true, yeah.
They're too busy.
Well, yeah, it's
stealing things.
It's fine. Like,
sounds shit. Sounds like you think it's crap and you don't admit it.
Just wish it was shorter.
It's 86 minutes long.
Yeah. I wish they taken all the bagginess out of it. David Arquette's barely in it.
Does he even know he's in it?
Ariana Grande's brother pops up. There was a few people that when we were watching it, Isabel was like...
The look on Mark's face, sorry.
There was a few people that when...
Ariana Grande's brother, isn't it? Is he a person?
IMDb him.
No, what is he? Is he literally just
what
her brother?
is he?
Is that it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
He doesn't have anything else. He's not like an actor or a singer or, I don't know, a DJ or something.
He's probably something off the back of her name, but he's not really like...
So what's his name?
Frankie Grande.
Frankie Grande.
Frankie Grande. Oh, is this the prick that I said? I guarantee you that cunt's some kind of YouTube twat. In the what is it? Fucking hell.
Well, yeah, there's a...
I hate this guy.
There's a couple of people that pop up that Isabel was like, oh my god, I know him from his YouTube channel.
I fucking said in the trailer, I bet all these wankers are on TikTok or YouTube. More than one.
Yeah, it's a bit shit if I'm honest. So yeah. And that was me for the ones I watched on my own.
Fucking hell.
Are you looking at what Frankie Grande is though?
I fucking hate this guy. I don't even know him, I hate him. Twat. Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
Alright, so, cool. Should we do what we've watched then? Yeah. Well, we're going to watch two other ones. Ian, do you want to talk for a bit, or should we just crack on with these ones? We've only got two more.
Go ahead.
Fuck it, let's do it. Watch Mystic River.
Yeah, we did, because we wanted a bit of fun time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Bit of enjoyable.
Well, it was Sean Penn's birthday the other day, and I was talking to Adam Lawes on Twitter, and we were talking about Mystic River, and I thought, you know what, fuck it, I ain't seen Mystic River in a fair while.
I suggest Mystic River
And
quite a lot.
you really like it, don't you?
And you're like, it's so depressing. Though.
Oh, mate, it's just fucking bleak. It's bleak. It's like somebody explaining the concept of misery to you.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no levity.
There's no levity.
Laura Linney is fucking mad.
Yeah, that's kind of good, though, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. But it's 17 years old.
Wow, is it?
Yeah.
Gosh.
And whenever you sort of see something that you think that you don't associate with being that old,
sure.
It feels like it came out a few years ago and it's actually 17 years old. I always go back to things like, in my brain go, right, so what was 17 years old when that came out? So, for instance, when that came out, Breakfast Club was 17 years old.
Wow.
It's fucking mind-boggling, these things. You know, so often you can get an idea of how far cinema's travelled.
Breakfast Club's 34 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can often get an idea about how far cinema's travelled by looking back at something and going, oh, that was 12 years ago. But yeah, but did you know that 12 years before that it was this? And then, it is very bleak. It's
very good, though.
But I think as well, it was... Mystic River kind of captured Sean Penn at the height of penness.
It was like Pete Penn.
It was Pete Penn. But also I think as well, it caught Tim Robbins as he was coming that way, down a little bit, but kind of caught him at the right time.
Yeah.
It was peak bacon. So it was crispy bacon.
Crispy bacon. Smoked, obviously.
Well, that's
otherwise
bacon
it's just
is.
ham.
Otherwise it's just ham. I think I can safely say this. Has Eastwood made a better film since? Or even anything anywhere near the level of this? I don't think he has. So I think you can say, as a director, I think it's peak Eastwood. It's everybody coming together. And I forgot how much Lawrence Fishburne was in it, how fucking good he is in it.
As Whitey.
Yeah, and a lot of his post-Matrix stuff was crap. You know, he churned out an awful lot of turning up and taking a paycheck. It's fantastic. It still holds up.
Richard Jewell's very good. That's Eastwood.
It's good, but it's not near the level of
not
Mystic River. No.
Do you know what I've been wanting to rewatch?
You're not going to say American Sniper, are you?
No, well, there's a couple. One of them is American Sniper, because post-Sabotage, I kind of wonder whether in the early teens I was just a fucking twat.
I actually don't think you were an American Sniper. I didn't hate it as much as you, but it is a bit crap.
American Sniper. That's the one with the fake baby, isn't it?
Yeah. But
it was more just because, like, that film being as big as it was, it kind of felt like it was essentially Clint Eastwood and Bradley Cooper trying to get people to go out and die for their country. And it just... But I'm intrigued. But the one I really want to rewatch is Gran Torino.
I think Gran Torino it's just one of those films where it's more fun than you expect it to be. Which makes no sense. It's about a crotchety old racist. But I bet he looks worse viewing it now than he did then.
I don't know. Like, Clint Eastwood's not been a filmmaker I've been particularly bothered about, like, watching every single thing that he does. I think because of American Sniper, but it's like, fuck me, he did Jersey Boys. Like, Clint Eastwood
That doesn't
directed
exist.
an adaptation of fucking Jersey Boys, and it doesn't exist. And but I kind of want to see it. And it was like, what the fuck? The train, what was it? The 1308 from Paris or the 1543 from Paris or whatever the fuck it was called doesn't exist.
Yeah, that was an odd one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it
doesn't exist. It literally, they have fallen away that much that they don't exist in the world anymore.
Okay. The 1517 to Paris.
1517. I mean, I said the 1543. I was close. It was only I was only 26 minutes late.
You were within a half-hour period.
You were more on time than a lot of rail companies in this.
You were leaves on the line.
But I would have been able to get a refund under the delay repay scheme, I believe.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It's just like, he's a filmmaker that I kind of feel like I probably do need to give him a bit more of a shot. But it's almost just like hearing the amount of effort he makes with his films, where he's like, yeah, first take's fine on pretty much everything. But like, it kind of makes me feel like, why should I bother? But then The Mule. Last year or the year before, Clint Eastwood directed and starred in a film where he plays a drug mule who never really gets stopped because he's old as fuck. I kind of want to see that film.
I mean, I think it's on Prime.
I should watch The Mule.
Do you know what's mental about Clint Eastwood?
Go on. How old he is?
Next year, he'll have been directing movies. Because he's got a new one coming out next year.
Mm.
He'll have been directing movies
40 years.
For 50 years.
50. Of course it's 50 years. Because Play Misty for me, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was that his
71.
first one? Yeah, Jesus wept.
And
Fuck.
he's been pretty much consistent in the fact that he's not had a period where he hasn't directed one for like 4 or 5 years. It's been like every couple of years. And actually there's a fucking diverse selection of movies in there.
It's not on Prime, it's on Now TV and Sky.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, right, Tarantino says he doesn't want to direct after he's like 60 or whatever because he thinks he's going to lose his edge. But I fucking love when directors direct shit when they're really, really old, because they just put out so much content because it's almost like they just think they're sharks.
Yeah.
Well,
that's it. You look at Paul Schrader has managed to put out so much in the past 12 years that somehow he's actually got good again.
Yeah. I mean, like, his new one's got Oscar Isaac in it, for fuck's sake. It's like, I will watch an Oscar Isaac starring Paul Schrader directed film. Of course I will.
Yeah. And 5 years ago, he was doing essentially straight to DVD, when VOD was a thing, straight to DVD Nicolas Cage fodder. It's mental. So yeah, Mystic River absolutely still holds up. It's still fantastic. It's still incredibly fucking bleak. And then at the end of it, Laura Linney has a fucking Lady Macbeth moment in it. And
we also got our sort of semi-regular reminder that Marcia Gay Harden's just good in everything.
Yeah, Marcia Gay Harden's just fantastic in anything she ever fucking does. Yeah.
Just quietly great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we watched Knives Out, didn't we? We watched Knives Out.
Because I nagged you into it.
Because you nagged me into it, and it's available on 4K to watch on Prime.
You didn't enjoy it as much this time around, did you?
Yeah.
Really?
I wish I hadn't watched it.
But Chris Evans' jumper.
It's boring.
Anna de Armas.
It's boring.
It's not boring.
It's boring.
It's not.
It's boring.
It's not.
It's boring. Do you know what? It's brilliant.
Ooh.
It's really good. It's really interesting. And then they leave the fucking house and it goes off a cliff. On first watch, it's fine because you're still intrigued by it and you're still interested by it. The only time it gets good again is when it goes back to the house. When it's not in the house, it's boring.
From Ian's view, because obviously we can see what Ian can see, you just like berating me.
But because you're not in view, it's really good. It's really interesting. Oh, we better leave this house now that we're doing this murder mystery in, and we'll go around the town and it looks TV as fuck.
Yeah.
And then let's go back to the fucking house and it can get interesting again. All right, cool. Just cut that fucking 20 minutes out and you've got a better movie. Or stay in the fucking house. Have the courage of your fucking convictions. And it doesn't. It shits the bed and we get him fucking listening and singing along to a fucking iPod. While she goes running around, just walks to the fucking back of a salon. And nobody goes, "Hi, dickhead, what are you doing?" Nah, just fucking back of a salon and just goes through the back of this fucking laundrette that's closed, but the back door is just fucking what, open?
No, because obviously whoever's meeting her there has opened it.
I honestly, I wish I hadn't rewatched it because I enjoyed it the first time and I was just bored for a lot of this.
I still really liked it second time round, Mark.
Yeah, same.
But I think when we did review it first time, I think we said it'll be interesting to see where this goes on rewatch. And I think I actually said, I think I'll probably end up enjoying it more on rewatch. And no, shows I'm a prick. No. What do you think, Becky?
Well, I have this magical power to be able to completely forget twists in things. So it was like watching it anew for me.
which I think that's a wonderful power to have.
Yeah. I just, completely forgot that it turns out that he'd already switched the dials.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I didn't. And so, like, I remember thinking, I'm sure it came out later, like, that she'd accidentally poisoned him. Or, like, I'm sure the reveal of this is later. Completely forgot that there was another reveal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really enjoyed it on rewatch. I think it's really good.
Cool. Do you want to do better?
Go on.
If they just stayed in the fucking house the entire time.
Well, get in touch with the director and tell him for the sequel that they have to stay in the one place.
I will.
Okay.
I have had interactions with Rian Johnson before.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a long conversation once on Twitter about Casablanca and how the guy that used to do the Slash Film podcast.
Soretta, Chen.
No, the other one. The one with the fucking iron balls voice.
Devindra Hardawar?
That's the prick. He didn't like Casablanca, and he was talking about it on Slash Film about how he didn't like it because of this, and this, and it was like what had happened was he'd completely misunderstood it, and was essentially saying like this, and Rian Johnson was going, "No, what's happened is you've gone thinking it's one movie." And it's not that movie, and then you're criticising it for not being that movie. You're thinking it's a romance story, and you thought it was a rom-com, and it's not, and now you're criticising it. And it's like, and I tweeted in, because I used to still listen to the fucking hell show that was that fucking podcast.
Yeah.
I tweeted in, essentially, what is it? And the guy fucking tore into my fucking tweet about it, and Rian Johnson defended me on it, and I had a big conversation with Rian Johnson about it.
Fair enough.
That's the same prick. So this is pressing. It's been 10 years since Scott Pilgrim came out. He's the dickhead who found out what a secret screening of Scott Pilgrim was in the US, wasn't it? And basically threatened to out where it was unless they got a ticket.
No, that was. To be fair, I think that was the guy from First Showing.
Was it the guy from First Showing?
Yeah. No, No, and he was like pissed off about not getting an invite or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I don't. I think that was Alex Billington from First Showing who got.
I think you might be right there.
Yeah.
Well, they're both pricks anyway.
Well, fair enough. Just a bit of breaking news as well.
If you're a new listener, and you come to this as a new listener, this is what we're normally like.
Yeah.
Insult other people's more successful podcasts, wankers.
I wouldn't mind rewatching Casablanca.
Casablanca's fantastic.
What's that other one that I haven't seen? What are you doing?
I had a hair on my hat. It was coming out of my field of vision.
It can't have been one of yours.
Wow, that could be.
We're going to see.
Fucking hell.
We're going to see Batfleck one more time.
Went like that, didn't you?
No, there's a film that I haven't seen. That it's like a westerny type one.
Wow,
and it's like one of the classic-y...
Searchers?
No.
The Good, Bad, the Ugly?
No. It's got a chick in a dress.
A chicken.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. Yeah. The problem is with Gone with the Wind, it's really long.
Yeah, but so's like West Side Story.
No, it's really fucking long. We have a really nice Blu-ray steelbook Gone with the Wind.
Gosh, it's nearly 4 hours long.
Yeah, it's really, really long.
Is it good though?
Problematic.
Yeah, it's problematic.
How is it?
Is it good? Yes. Is it worth watching? Maybe. It's what I would say.
How's it problematic?
It's a bit racist, isn't it?
How is it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Maybe not then.
Batfleck's coming back.
Batfleck?
So Ben Affleck's version of Batman is going to be in The Flash, apparently at the start before The Flash goes on its adventure and falls in with Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh, I really hope that and this is scenes already filmed, or Ben Affleck goes, no, I am not getting more trim for it now. I'm going to put on weight for it.
It kind of feels like it's going to be a scene or two at the start.
Yeah.
And that maybe they can hide things.
And he'll be sat down for it.
But I like that. I like that Ben Affleck is going to just be able to give one more bye-bye. Yeah. You know, with that and the Snyder Cut, it kind of feels like maybe he'll be at peace with it a bit now that he's kind of like handing it over properly. Good for him.
Yeah, that could make sense. So what have you been watching, Ian?
You guys are, yeah. So it's Mystic River. Yeah. Pardon me. So, I, as you might be able to tell from my Zoom background, you guys, I watched Bulletproof. The Ernest Dickerson film from '96. It's on Netflix, which I realised I've never seen before. I
watched it a couple of years ago.
This film is just an hour and a half of fun.
Yeah, it is.
It gets in, it's properly fucking funny, and then it gets out.
It's proper R-rated comedy as well, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, like, just an incredible bit where they stay at a dodgy hotel, and Adam Sandler's kind of, like, just talking to the hotel clerk about, like, some fairly dark shit. And I very much enjoyed it. I really, really like Bulletproof. There's a bit where they're having a shootout in James Caan's house towards the end, where they shoot up a load of like ingredients and stuff on a kitchen table, and Adam Sandler just says, "I think they were having fajitas," which really made me laugh, and I don't know why. Also the line, "You made me piss my pants. I haven't done that since I was 24." I thought was also very strong. So I really enjoyed Bulletproof.
I think it's the way that Sandler delivers that as well.
No, it was perfect. Okay, I watched Pretending I'm a Superman, the Tony Hawk video game story. So,
are you executive producer?
Yeah, no. So I suppose, in disclosure, apparently I'm an Indiegogo backer of this film, according to the end credits. I don't remember doing that. But the thing is, I know it was me because I got emailed a backer's screener link the other morning. I was like, what? And then I watched it because I was like, well, yeah, I'll watch it. Why not? I like the Tony Hawk games. And then, like, I was like, just watching the end credits at the end because there's a lovely acoustic cover of Goldfinger's Superman at the end, which I was just quite enjoying. And Indiegogo backers, and there I fucking am. And honestly, I don't remember backing it. But it was Indiegogo, which must have been before Kickstarter, so that must have been a number of years ago. And I'll be honest, even though my name is on it, it's all right. It's not great. Go on.
I have backed 2 movies on what is it? And it's Sandman, Dracula, adaptation, not Dracula.
No, not the Sandman.
Whatever the Dario Argento and Iggy Pop one is.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. It's not called the Sandman. It's called the S something, I swear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know the one.
And I mean, it's not happening, so I've lost my money.
Yeah.
But also, I backed Iron Sky.
What, the original?
The Nazis in Space movie.
Yeah.
I backed that, and you were supposed to get your name on A, the poster, and B, in the credits.
Yeah.
And my name wasn't in the credits. So I emailed them in a kind of shirty response of just saying, hey, I give you money. I was supposed to get this. Why isn't it there? And the email I got back was, yeah, there were too many backers to get all the names on screen.
Don't fucking put however many backers then, you
I
fuckers.
thought, but just put another card on you pricks.
Yeah.
You were all supposed to get a DVD copy of it as well, which I never got and had to buy it myself as well. And again, when I contacted them about the same thing, they responded by saying, "Oh yeah, well we'd have had to send too many DVDs out." And it's like, I mean, so you stole my money.
Yeah, that's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
I haven't been to many press screenings in my life, but Iron Sky was one of them. I'm quite proud of that. It was in the hospital club in Soho as well, which was really nice screening room actually. But yeah, for Iron Sky, bizarre. I mean, the thing is, right, the Tony Hawk games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I worked illegally in a shoe shop for a period of time in my youth, and
How do you work illegally in a shoe shop?
Because I was young.
Oh, okay.
And a week's full-time wages in my summer holidays, just to give you an idea of how cheap they were, a week's full-time wages in my summer holidays equaled one copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on the
So like
play.
40 quid.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But
I now feel bad for how I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. A friend of mine worked in Choice's Video, and he only worked in Choice's Video so that he could go in with his laptop on a night, and all the new games that came in, he could download on his laptop and then burn on a disc and just keep them all.
fucking sweet.
And so he used to just do that.
So
That's why I got my copy of it.
And that was when my dad was married to his second wife, so I had a couple of stepbrothers at the time, and we fucking ragged the shit out of that game because I worked Monday through Friday during the summer holidays, then bought it, and then just had the weekend of playing that game at my dad's just non-stop. And I went through the Tony Hawk's games. You know, it's like my first year at uni, Tony Hawk's Underground was like a big deal for me. And I skated in my youth, and I spent quite a bit of my initial student loan on a really nice deck and like tires and whatnot. Just really fucking like deck. So, like watching this documentary, it's weird because it's a celebration of Tony Hawk. Of the games and kind of talking about the initial development and whatnot, but also those video games got fucking shit. Like they got real bad.
I mean, I stopped at number 2. Number 1 was a big deal for me, but I stopped at number 2. But yeah, I think number 1 and number 2 I had on the PS1, but my PS1 was mildly broken, so you could only play it. The top kept on coming off, so you had to put a brick on top of it.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so that's what I had to do, was have a brick on top of it. At one point it was a shoe, but then I realised that anytime I needed my shoes, I had to stop playing the game, so I changed it for a brick.
Yeah, it's nice. No, I mean I went through them, but it was like the documentary talks about them up to a point. It talks about them up to where they were literally like you could control it using a plastic fake skateboard.
Yeah, there was one that came out that actually had a board that you could stand on. Yeah, I played it once and I was shit-faced.
Yeah, no, and you probably played better if you were drunk with that thing. And it was like it came. So they talk about that, but then there was also a really bad HD remake in the early teens, and then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, which I think was 2015, which is basically known as one of the worst games of this generation, like awful, and they do not speak about them at all. They speak about the one with the dodgy like real life skateboard and whatnot, but then they don't talk about those. And I get it because it's a celebration of Tony Hawk's and whatnot, you know. But it's like, if you're not going to talk about the shit ones, don't talk about the shit ones. Don't just talk about some of them.
Well, I bought the HD collection ones.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
And now you can't. It's no longer there. PSN it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because we've got they've redone them, haven't they?
Yep.
Remade.
Comes out in a couple of weeks.
Which I'm gonna get it because I think it'll be a lot of fun to have those games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I downloaded that, and when I saw that they were remade, I thought, I've got those on PSN. I'll just.
No, they're gone.
Yeah. No, I don't. And a lot of like the games that I bought on PSN, not that I have just used from PS Plus, have been like retro games. None of them are there anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean that's it. And I mean, like, to be fair with that, it's because it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like the original games. And to be apparently, like, so I'll be quick. The pre-order of the new one, if you pre-order it digitally, you immediately now get the demo of the warehouse level from the first one. Yeah,
you mean the best level?
Yes, the best level, and it's like, I'm tempted. You know, I'm tempted to just go, yeah, okay, here's £40. I want to play that now.
You'll find this mildly quickly interesting as a mild little aside note to that. Did you know that for FIFA 21, if you buy it digitally, right, you get a PS4 copy of it, and if you buy a PS5 copy of it, you get the PS5 copy as well.
Yeah, it's they're doing like a digital upgrade kind of thing, aren't they? So yeah, it's that's interesting.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah,
that made me think. Do you know what? That might be worth buying it digitally. If I buy a physical copy, I'll have to rebuy a physical copy. Dude,
100%. You, because you guys will have a PlayStation 5, you need to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I could talk about that stuff for hours, and I won't. Tony Hawk, it's a nice celebration. It kind of skirts around things that you kind of feel like you want it to do, but considering this is a film that was basically funded like by Indiegogo and others, you would imagine it's going to be for fans. It is. If you've never played the Tony Hawk's games, you do not need to watch that documentary. But you know, fair play to them for getting it made, and like a lot of the talent is interviewed and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, good. Well, okay. So obviously rewatched the Nolans and whatnot. Took Lottie to the cinema for the first time since lockdown. We watched 100% Wolf, which she said was her second favourite film of all time. Don't need to talk about it. But Lottie had a great time coming back to the cinema, which was a relief.
And I'm looking forward to watching 100% Wolf when it comes out on Prime.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Rewatched the Pool Feed Ghostbusters. Really, really like that. The 4K looks really nice as well. And last one that I kind of wanted to talk about. We're just not going to get to Project Power, I don't think. We'll talk about it next week. Is it?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Witches of Eastwick. Witches of Eastwick. Never seen it before. Jack Nicholson gives maybe the greatest performance in cinematic history in this film. His introduction of just snoring loudly during a concert, but these kind of like devil kind of snores, is incredible. Him like having an afternoon with Cher, and then basically showing around the house and then to the bedroom, and him with the biggest of big dick energies, just talking to her, and then just going, I just really want to fuck you. And then she chews him out about how he's the most disgusting thing in the earth. And then he just says, so do you want to go on the top or bottom? Is just... Fuck.
It does feel a little bit like, so Jack Nicholson's playing Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I mean, it's
fucking great. The Witch of Eastwick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like the Susan Sarandon introduction's brilliant as well, where like he's just playing the cello to such a feverish degree that it gets set on fire due to the sheer passion in the room is great. I mean, if I had a criticism of it, I think that the second half, kind of like post-seductions, does tail off a little bit, but it does have Nicholson's fantastic speech in the church where he is basically toxic masculinity personified, but he's also still incredibly charming.
It's mad that's a George Miller film as well.
And
that man's had such a career.
And the thing is, I mean, apparently Nicholson backed Miller all the way. Like the studio was very, you're going to do exactly what we said. Apparently, so I listened to the Blank Check podcast afterwards, and they were talking about this film and talking about how apparently Miller said, I won't have a trailer if it means we can put more budget into the film. And then Warner Brothers basically took that as a sign of, he's a pushover. We can make him to do anything the fuck we want if we say it's for the film. And they started making such crazy demands that Jack Nicholson literally said, either you leave him alone and let him make the film he wants to make, or I walk.
And the mad thing is, I think there's the whole sort of ream of moviegoers, of younger moviegoers now, who won't realise how big a deal Jack Nicholson was for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, he was huge from like the late 70s through to like the late 90s.
Yeah. I mean, it's
the 20-year period where Jack Nicholson was probably the biggest movie star on the planet.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's just the sheer pull he had. And, you know, I like the fact that, you know, with the Cher one and the chewing him out, it is like, yeah, you know, you're not even that great looking, you know, but then just
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, but that reaction of, well, do you want to go on the top or the bottom, is just pure Jack Nicholson. I mean, it's an incredible performance. And I mean, you know, Pfeiffer, Sarandon, and Cher, all really, really good as well. Veronica Cartwright is really fucking good in that film as well. You know, it's a really, really, really fun time. But I will say that I enjoyed the first half more than I did the second half.
Yeah, pretty wild on that.
Yeah, but yeah, no, just a really fun time. And just, I suppose while we're waiting for Rob, and it kind of feels like maybe a bit of an anticlimax for the review, but Project Power, oh, thank you. Oh, brilliant. Sorry, Donna just passed me this lovely 8% beast.
And it's a tall boy as well.
It is a tall boy, yeah. So I've sent Rob the Zoom link, so just whenever he's ready. Project Power. It is a bit of a nothing film.
I watched it 4 days ago, and honestly, all I can remember is bits of it were annoying.
My basic sum up of Project Power is
Fishback.
It's an alright, entertaining enough Sunday afternoon watch that gets worse the more you think about it.
Yeah, so just don't think about
it. And the rapping, oh my fucking god, the rapping.
Yeah. It's annoying to everybody.
I'm really good at rapping. I can rap really good. Go on then. And then she raps, and it's like, I wasn't that good.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Also, as well, it's like halfway through they decided to go, oh, yeah, the powers. Oh, we're all based on animals. Like, what?
That's why I decided to watch Rampage. That's what made me decide to watch Rampage.
What?
Right.
The animal powers.
The animal thing. Yeah.
It is like they decided halfway through that was that's what it was.
Oh, but they also got the serum from that one girl's blood.
That one girl's blood, yeah. So
what?
What does that have to do with animals?
It's all bollocks.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Bobbins.
It was bobbins of the highest order.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was enjoyable enough. Utterly forgettable. Don't get me wrong, utterly forgettable.
We watched it on Sunday afternoon. If we'd have reviewed it on Sunday night, I'd have been going, yeah, it's fine, a little bit of fluff. You know, it killed a few hours Sunday afternoon. I was fine with it. And then if we reviewed it Monday, I'd have gone, I mean, it's got a few problems. Tuesday, I'd have been a little more like, yeah, it wasn't really that good. And then now I'm just like, shit.
Nothing hangs together.
Yeah.
It's awful. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's face looks like it's made out of plastic. Looper ruined his face somehow, even though it was just a digital effect. It's all wrong. But then I could see myself watching it again. If you go for like a nap on a Sunday and I'm at a loss of something to watch, I could see myself watching it again. It's easy.
It's obsessed with costume at the start of it, but not like actual costume. Just like they said to the director, "Oh,
they all need to look really dumb.
With how much is my costume budget? Oh, I'm going to go out and buy all the stuff that I want to wear. I am keeping every bit of costume that is there." Yeah, it felt like a bit like that.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It kind of felt like the budget didn't necessarily match the ambition it had. Like there's that whole kind of idea of they're testing it out on kind of like the lower ends of society to try and weed out the kinks and whatnot. And it kind of feels like maybe they could have explored that to a larger extent, but instead you just get, I'm on a boat. Yeah, it's, you know.
It doesn't feel like a budget issue to me, because like it doesn't look cheap. It's a story issue.
No,
the story, it doesn't. Like different people wrote different chapters and they didn't read back on the previous people.
They spend an awful lot of money on making it look like Machine Gun Kelly's on fire.
Oh yeah, he was in it, wasn't he? Briefly.
Yeah, briefly. And it blew up.
When's his new album out?
Next week.
But it's like I can't. I can't deny that I enjoyed watching a flaming person attack. Rob is ready.
Is he in the waiting room?
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered what so-called family films will scar your kids forever? Putting 4 and 5-year-olds in front of this movie, it's like, if they didn't know what death was before this, they're going to know it after it.
They're going to know it after it, and they're going to be freaking terrified.
And they're going to be questioning you.
Yeah.
Or do you have the slight suspicion that your loved one has a cold, dead heart?
Yeah, The Dark Knight has got like all the orphans, and you're like, oh no, we're going to die. They did not build up those orphans at all. In my head, it's like, kill them.
Then look no further. The His Film Her Movie podcast is the show for you. It's the movie podcast that celebrates the contrasting cinematic tastes of its hosts. So join Jordan and Lauren every week on their unique journey through the land of the silver screen. So if you're looking for a few laughs, some fun film related chat, then get involved. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you a craft beer junkie?
Do you eagerly anticipate the freshest IPA release from your local craft brewer?
Do you check in every beer you've ever had on Untappd?
Do you know the difference between a Belgian triple and a Berliner Weisse?
Then do we have a podcast for you? What's Untappd podcast gives you beer reviews, interviews with brewers, behind the scenes access to beer festivals, games, and more. Whether you're a craft beer junkie or new to the world of craft brewing, What's Untappd podcast is something for you.
Check us out online, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and now wearePodsyndicate.com. And as always, keep drinking, you dum-dums.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
We are good. We are good. That's a lovely Freddy you got in the background.
Oh yeah, he moves sometimes as well because he's right by a window. So keep an eye on him. Sometimes he edges forward throughout the call.
That's fantastic. So we've got myself over here. Obviously, we've got Mark and Becky, who's a bit camera shy as well.
Hey, Becky.
Thank you so much for doing this, Rob. We know like how insanely busy you must be right now.
No worries.
So I'll kind of edit around this and whatnot, but I suppose we'll just kind of dive in. So
Let's do it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, man. So first off, in your wildest fucking dreams, did you ever feel that anything like the last month would ever happen? And just like, just the way that you guys have used social media and just like the general strength of the genuine strength of the film, the way that it's created all these opportunities for you guys to get it out there. How? I mean, how do you process that?
Well, it's weird because it's amazing for one. It's incredible. But at the same time, I'm sitting here on my sofa where I directed the movie. This is where I was Zooming with my friends before the movie. The movie's released. I'm still sitting on my sofa, not leaving the house. So it's a very surreal experience. It kind of feels like a weird dream that you know, you log on and you see that all these people are watching the movie. But it's not like you go to a premiere and you get to, you know, you get to see it with people and have it actually hit you. So it hasn't really landed yet, just how much the film has blown up. And it really wasn't anything we planned for or we imagined, especially because we're going on Shudder, which is a platform for horror fans, which is it's a niche platform. And we thought that we'd land quite well with horror fans because we're horror fans. We tried to make it for horror fans. And the fact that it's broken out, the fact that people are subscribing to Shudder to see it, the fact that it's kind of entered the mainstream in this way, it's just kind of nuts. And also like I genuinely expected a little bit of snobbishness about it as well, because we basically just wanted to make a fun, scary roller coaster horror movie that we would kind of want to watch in lockdown. And we wanted, we didn't have any kind of lofty aspirations for it. And there's normally a little bit of a sniffiness about horror movies that these kind of like ghost train horror movies that just have the intention of being fun. Sometimes get a slightly sniffy response in the UK especially, but the way that it's been embraced across the board has been amazing, just amazing.
It's crazy. It's everywhere. Like I work with someone who is categorically not into films and definitely not into horror movies. And she was asking me about it the other day because she'd seen stuff on social.
That's wild. Oh, is that a ghost?
She'd seen stuff on social media, and sorry, my dog just growled at my cat, so that's why I suddenly stopped. But yeah, it's just like the fact that it's even getting out there to people that don't move. Like it is a bit of an echo chamber, social media. So if you're into this, you will see it, but it's getting out there to other people as well, like real people.
and it's genuine. It's just genuine word of mouth. It's genuine. It's the fans being lovely about it and wanting to tell people, and it's all the stuff that we could never have planned for. We couldn't have kind of manufactured this. You can't
fake buzz like that, can you?
No, and to be honest. Even if nobody had seen it, it was such a lovely thing to do during lockdown to make a movie with my mates. That that's the best part about it, is that it's a movie that was made with such love with this group of people who are all my closest friends. And I think it's kind of that energy and the energy that we put into making it that also I think people have responded to. I think it's got that. It's just kind of in its DNA that we made this movie with such a quick turnaround and just wanting it to be as good as possible.
So, this is going to sound like I'm being mild negative at the start, so you have to work.
Okay, I'll brace myself.
So, do you think that an element of that it's a movie shot and made over Zoom? And do you think people going into it were a little bit surprised at just how good it actually is? In terms of for people, I think maybe we're expecting it to be for you to be able to tell that it was made on Zoom or anything like that, or
for it to look a bit crap,
for it to look not like that. Yeah. But then to actually to watch it and go, oh no, wait a minute, it's not just a good movie for a movie that was made on Zoom. It's a genuinely good movie. We watched it, and then Becky watched it with our 16-year-old daughter. And she texted us afterwards going, guys, why do I have to have the room with the loft hatch in it? And she loved it and she thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So do you think that kind of has a bit of an impact in it, that people were actually shocked at how good it actually was?
No, totally. And we knew that going in. We that was the plan, was to weaponize that. Like there was definitely it definitely sounds like a shitty idea on paper, and we knew that would work in our favor. And I think, you know, part of the fun that I was able to have as a director is like, you know, like when you watch a horror movie, like the director basically gives you the framework by which to watch the horror movie, you know, which is what, like, I can remember really vividly being in the first time I saw Paranormal Activity, being in the cinema and just the door moving an inch and everyone screaming as though it was an explosion, you know, because the filmmaker had said to you, you know, this is a movie where the tiniest little thing, that's an event, that's a set piece, and he'd made you watch it in that way. And I really wanted people to watch this movie knowing that we made it in lockdown conditions, assuming that we'd only be able to hit a certain level of scare, which is why we start off quite slow. We start off with little things, you know, the candle blowing out and the door moving a little bit. And then in the third act, we just go batshit crazy. And that's because we really wanted there to be that moment where people were like, oh, fuck, we've got no idea what these guys can pull off. And, you know, we're kind of totally without a map as to where this movie's going. And I love just changing up that. I love that gear shift, because I think people are watching it. People are watching it assuming that it's going to be opportunistic and it's going to be just, you know, a bit crap. And then having these kind of these stunts that we planned up front, you know, that was kind of our, you know, we knew if we pulled those off, we'd at least have some moments that people would be talking about.
That's cool, having the confidence of just being able to go, do you know what, we're going to be able to surprise people with this. It's really, really cool.
As someone who had to endure an awful lot of Zoom calls whilst I wasn't at work, it's such a clever concept, but like leaving stuff in, like the glitchiness of the reception and the ending is just perfect when it fucking cuts off. It's like stand up and applaud in the cinema kind of moment. It's amazing.
That's one of the first things we had was that ending. We had the idea of a Zoom seance, and we thought it would be funny if they got cut off at the end just as they're about to die by their free Zoom call. But pretty much everything in between we were just doing on the fly.
Oh, it was brilliant from that point of view. But as well, watching it, obviously, like you say, I watched it twice, once with you, once with Isabel. And what I kind of noticed watching it a second time with Isabel is, like, obviously everyone likes different kinds of scares from their horror movies, and it kind of represents loads of different ones. So you've got jump scares, you've got creepy shit moving around, you've got ghosts, you've got like the monstery guy at the end. And there's something for every kind of horror fan in there.
Yeah, there is. It's great for me because I am a horror fan who is scared by anything you can. I'm really a bit scared. So I was literally just there going, right, this is great because I am getting everything I need out of this.
Yeah, I don't get terribly scared by horror movies, and I was like, there was one point where I was like, I feel so tense that I might actually cry.
So I think
which bit? When were you feeling that?
Oh, I think.
Well, yeah.
Which bit was it? Was it when it goes back to him, when he comes back on and Emma's trying to?
It's Emma trying. Emma just
oh my god, yeah, with the flower and the bit. Oh my god, the bit where she throws the fucking blanket and it's right there.
Oh yeah. Hey, look! If you wanna see something, you know, the flower scene. Excuse my clothes hanging up, but the flower scene that's shot in my house. Those are the cupboards that explode. Sorry, this isn't great for your podcast listeners, but wait, take a look at this. I rigged this up for the news the other day. Oh.
Wow.
This is one of our pushies that we got made.
That's so cool.
This is the thing that to go back to something, Ian, that we were talking about a while ago. Me and Ian and Becky watched Phantasm, didn't we, for the first time?
Oh wow!
And it was all it's a new watch for us. We'd all realised that none of us had seen it.
Yeah.
So we watched it for the first time a few months ago, and all three of us were like, it's just this cleverness of filmmaking, of how smart you can be with practical effects without having to do everything CGI. Just it always brings me back to the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, where you've got the Freddy coming in the dream sequence coming out of the wall above
in CG, yeah.
And CG, and it looks like shit. And the director had spoken to Wes Craven and said, "Oh, we've done this, and it's this, and it's like this." And he said, "Oh, how much did that shot cost?" And he said, "I think it was about it was about $68,000."
Yeah.
And Wes Craven went, "Yeah, we did it for less than 2, and it looked better."
Yeah.
Amazing. But that brings to I know, Ian, you were talking about sort of movies that Ian wanted to ask about the movies you were watching, Ian, didn't you?
Yeah. So I mean, so obviously, you made this in a few months. Obviously, I'm sure you were working all the hours of the day, and we talked about this briefly via DM, Rob. But just what the fuck do you watch to decompress through making of the film? And also, to be fair, all of this, all the post publicity, I mean, what is it that you want to watch to just go, right, I'm going to unwind, I'm going to forget about everything for a couple of hours?
I'd like to say I'm watching really highbrow arty stuff, and that was the intention at the start of lockdown, is that I'd work my way through my Bergman box set. But actually, I've been watching a lot of like Hammer horror, and I've been watching a lot of Amicus movies, and I ended up at the start of lockdown, and I'm still continuing on. I'm doing all the Halloween movies, and those kind of like fun horror movies are always the ones that I reach to, that I can just have them on in the background and slightly switch off. To be honest, whenever I'm making a movie, I try not to watch anything. Try not to watch anything that's too good, because it stresses me out, and I think I start thinking about whether my movie's up to scratch. So the further we get into the Halloween sequels, the better I feel, basically.
Number 3, the Stone Cold classic, though. To be
Number
fair.
3 is good. You know what was a real surprise is number 4 is really good as well. Number 4 is like solid, and then from number 5 onwards, it kind of number 5 is quite like magic-y, and like it makes him into a bit more of a supernatural killer, and it gets a bit silly.
I mean, 5 has got the bizarre shit with the 2 bungling cops, and you got the kind of like do kind of music like whenever they're on screen as well, and it is, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, no, it's.
I think 5's the one where it's like the little girl has a psychic connection with Michael, and that because the reason I like 4 is 4's basically the third act of 4 is basically just a siege movie, and it's really pure, and it's really like anything. Like I'll watch any siege movie under the sun. I just love siege movies. So that was kind of surprising, and it's and Halloween 2, which I'd always remember liking, I was really like blown away by when I watched it again. It's a really well made movie.
Yeah, it's I mean, it starts off like very, very intense. I remember Halloween 2 being brutal as well. Like it's a nasty film. Obviously, you got the in the hospital, the killing with the turning up the heat in the kind of like the jacuzzi or whatever it is, and it's just insanely rough. I mean, just on the Halloween thing. I mean, so the David Gordon Green version. How do you feel about that? Like the sequels that are to come. Like
I mean, I saw that trailer for what's the next one? Halloween Kills. I saw the trailer for that, and it properly gave me goosebumps. I thought the trailer was great. Halloween. It was just called Halloween, wasn't it? The last Halloween movie. I liked it. I mean, I didn't. It was fun, but I probably couldn't tell you a lot of what happens in it. I remember the again when it becomes more contained in the basement and in the house at the end. I remember really starting to get into it. But I thought it was well done. I think he's a good director, and I'm excited to see where they take it, because it was it's very much feels like the first movie of a new series.
Yeah, I think that definitely it felt more like it was a very good building block to start off with. because you really enjoyed it, didn't you, Bex?
Yeah, I've rewatched it since as well. And
I've not rewatched it yet.
Yeah.
Does it hold up?
It holds up. It's just a bit odd because obviously you've got all this mythology of Halloween with regards to him being her brother that's fairly like established.
Yeah.
And it just kind of chucks all that out the window because it's a direct sequel to one, isn't it? So it's a bit weird to kind of you find yourself watching it and going, yeah, but he's a brother. Hang on, no, he's not.
Yeah.
So
Has anyone watched H2O again recently?
Yeah.
I fucking love H2O.
Is it good? I remember it being really great, but I'm afraid to go back and watch it again in case it's rubbish.
It's very of its time.
It holds up as a movie of its time in the sense that if you sit back and go, right, I'm going to have fun with this.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of fun with it. Me and him, we did all the Halloween movies a while ago, didn't we, for the podcast?
Yeah.
And then I think we've watched H2O since again. It's a fun movie to watch, and you can kind of like it's a good kind of like Saturday night.
What's his face in his head?
Yeah, you've had Saturday night, and you've had a couple of drinks, and you get home, and you go, I just want something that it doesn't matter if I fall asleep to, but I also will end up watching all of.
Yeah.
That's basically, you've perfectly described. That's the answer. That's what I wind down to. It's those kind of movies. I've been watching I've been watching a bunch of like Scream rip-off movies, like those kind of like 90s post-Scream. Like I watched, me and Kate, we've watched all the urban legend movies recently. Which are really good. Like they're really fun. And we watched Cherry Falls, which was bonkers.
Yeah.
I really like Cherry Falls.
Yeah, it's.
The thing is, with those type of movies, once you start watching like one or two of them, you'll find yourself going, I wonder if this is on any, what is it? Or you start thinking, I mean, my DVDs are in the loft. I could get those.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I watched Urban Legends and I was like, I had such a crazy urge to watch Cherry Falls that I spent like 20 quid to order a DVD off Amazon that would arrive like that afternoon so I could watch it then, because it's not on any streaming platform.
It's not, no.
And I'm not going to say that it was totally worth it, but it was certainly it was certainly a good movie to switch your brain off to.
Yeah. It's so easy to find yourself in like a 90s noughties horror movie rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
There's some quality in Rabbit Ears content in there that you can find.
There's some choice cuts, yeah, for sure.
It's all about like some baddie that's stealing the kid's teeth.
Oh.
Darkness Falls.
Darkness
The
Falls,
evil tooth
yeah.
fairy.
Yeah. I remember the cover to Darkness Falls really vividly with the kind of evil tooth fairy on the front.
Not to be confused with Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Tooth Fairy. That's a whole different
That's a whole different rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I watched.
He wears a tutu on the front of that, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
I watched. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer again recently, which is really good fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really strangely really beautifully made movie, like really gorgeously shot for such a piece of trash. And yeah, really fun.
Yeah.
I always love that they then did I'll Still Always Know What You Did Last Summer, and they just went pure supernatural. So the first two, it was a human killer, and in the third one it's like no, we're just fuck it, let's just have some ghosty shit happen. I love it when franchises just decide to go off the deep end like that, like Jason X and things like that.
I love Jason X.
I mean He's Screwed is still one of the all-time great horror lines.
I saw for the first time at the cinema, and I literally, I somehow I didn't know it was set in space when I went to see it, and so I was sat there, and it was like, well, this is odd. How are they going to work this out? And then they worked out like. Literally, if you'd have given me a notebook and a pen, I wouldn't have got anywhere near what
Isn't it David Cronenberg who comes and sends Jason to space? Am I making that up? David Cronenberg has a cameo at the beginning, right? What a weird movie.
And I'm pretty sure Jason kills David Cronenberg as well, I want to say.
He does. As he's been shot off, I think he does, yeah.
Amazing.
God, bloody David Cronenberg. And it's interesting. We were talking about Halloween H2 earlier on, and that's a film that gets in and gets out in like 80 minutes or so. And then you've got Host, which is under an hour.
Yeah, 57.
No, I mean, it's just incredible. And it's basically at the vanguard of the short films are fucking brilliant movement, which I'm a big proponent of that. Like, I definitely feel like, I'm hoping this could be the first of many. I'd love to make more movies at this length. And I feel like the thing that's really cool is I feel like there's a different expectation on movies of this length. And I feel like one of the things that really always pisses me off in horror movies is when the filmmakers feel that they need to include this huge emotional arc while a character's being chased by an axe murderer, that by the end they need to have come to terms with the fact that their dad left them when they were 2 years old, whilst a ghost is throwing, vases at them. And it's like, actually, sometimes it's enough to just be in a scenario with some characters and just go through it moment to moment. Like Green Room is one of my favorite movies of the last few years. And that's just a movie about some people in a situation and that's it. Yeah. Those characters, they move like a millimeter in terms of their character development. But it's amazing and it's visceral and it's, and I don't know how long that movie is, but I remember it as being short and punchy. And
is that the Anton Yelchin one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nasty movie that as well.
Nasty movie. Yeah, I love it. But I think if we had made a 90-minute version of Host, people would have expected us to go into the demon mythology a bit more. They'd want a bit more Gemma and Haley, what's their beef about? They'd want some big like confrontation where they say their feelings at each other. There are all these expectations, I think, of like imposing a kind of Hollywood structure, whereas actually making a movie that's the length the Host is, the only question we had to ask ourselves is like, what's the kind of authentic next step? How do we keep this grounded? What feels the most true to life, if that's applicable in a movie like this. But we were just basically trying to keep our feet on the ground and feel like we're with the characters on this crazy escalation.
I mean, the great thing is there you had a perfect excuse to finish it at an hour. Yeah, so
exactly.
You just got to come up with a good excuse for the next one.
I think we do speak about that quite a lot on the podcast, don't we? About the fact that too many movies are just too long. And
I have no issue with long movies.
I know it's long movies,
sake of it.
But I think if you've got a 2.5 hour movie, it's almost like it's got to earn its length a little bit.
Yeah. Somebody, what's his name? Elric from you listen to Shockwaves, the podcast. Yeah. Elric on that says that every minute over 90, you have to earn twice as hard, and I think that's a good rule.
That's great, yeah.
Key ones that I think should be around about 96
85 minutes is that's the sweet spot.
My thing there is if you can't scare me or make me laugh in that amount of time, there's no fucking chance you're going to do it in 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I think, and I don't know, but it's weird. So, like some movies just totally work in a much more meandering long. Like I really loved the Suspiria remake. Even though it's kind of just it's like you kind of in a weird fugue state when you're watching that movie, and I don't know. So some movies have a hypnotic quality that you just kind of you're happy to just give yourself over. But I think if you're if you're just being driven by if it's got a normal kind of thriller kick to it, you want it to be in and out as fast as possible, and if you want to cut off any flab, really.
That's it. You don't want people's blood pressure to go down during it. You want to keep it up there. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like you talk about like needing to see what the relationship between Gemma and Haley's kind of all about. If you were to extend it out, it perfectly surmises it in the discussions they have, and then just the elbow bump that they have, and they're just like "I'm here for you." It's perfect. It rounds out that arc so well. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. I mean,
I feel the same. Like that's enough. That's enough for me. And it's one of the joys of actually not overdeveloping a movie as well, because we made this whole thing, from the very first idea to make the movie to releasing it was only 12 weeks. So we only had 2 weeks to work on the script. And normally you develop a script for 2 years and you get a million sets of notes and everyone feeds in. And, a lot of the time you lose perspective on why you wanted to do it in the first place, or what's important, or you give ground on certain things so you can hold on to what's important to you. And it was so nice to actually just be trusting our gut every step of the way and say, well, that's enough for me. That's all I need. I'm not going to go back to a screenwriting book and say we need X, Y, and Z. Let's just say if we're feeling it, then it goes in the movie.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm mindful of the time that you have free, Rob. So I'm wondering if we perhaps need to wrap up. I mean, we're more than happy to have you for as long as you can.
Oh, no, I could do a couple more questions. Don't worry.
Oh, cool. Mark,
what have you guys been watching?
Oh, that's interesting. God, we were just talking about that actually, weren't we? So. Not much horror lately, to be honest.
Becky rattles through horror, don't you, babe?
Yeah,
I like a good horror movie.
Yeah.
I've just recently watched the Gretel and Hansel movie. Have you seen that one?
Is that good? I really like Oz Perkins.
It's very, very pretty looking. The story's a bit meandering at points. It's quite sort of a languorous pace, but it's very good and it's lovely to look at.
Yeah, that's quite a short movie as well, though, isn't it? It's like 80 minutes or something.
80 odd minutes, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't sort of.
It feels long.
There's not a huge amount of story there, I guess, with the Hansel and Gretel fairy tale. So it kind of just takes its time with it, and it's quite tense because of that. So a lot of it's focused on sort of the gothic look and. That provides the aesthetic.
It looks amazing from the trailer, just the visuals.
Yeah, it's very good. It would be a definite recommend, that one.
I liked his first one, his, what was it called? Black Coat's Daughter.
Oh,
I've not seen that.
Oh, you should watch that. That's a movie that genuinely creeped me out. I think it's called
February.
It's called February. Yeah.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, we did watch it. We watched it back to back with the one that he released after it, because
I'm the Pretty Thing.
That's a Netflix one, but
which again is that's like 70 minutes. That one.
Yeah. It was shocking at how much they just go in and they go, right, bang, there we go, you're in this world, and just go with it. And it's like, oh, fair enough. Me and Ian have been rattling through, because we're doing the Nolan films, aren't we, Ian?
Oh yeah.
I wonder why. Yeah.
I was trying to. Somebody was doing a tweet of like ranking them, and when I was meant to be doing work like a couple of hours ago, I spent way too long just trying to put them in some sort of order, and I ended up giving up. But because it ended up with like Insomnia at the bottom, which Insomnia is a great movie. It's like how do you do that?
Well, yeah, so we've been double watching them, haven't we, Ian? So we watched them once, and then we're doing a commentary that we do of them. So, for instance, a few weeks ago, I watched which one was it? We did The Dark Knight, and then literally finished watching it, and then watched it again to do the commentary. And so you're watching like in 6 hours, you're watching 5 hours of one movie, and then at the end of it, you're going, I really enjoyed that both times.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I wouldn't mind asking, because obviously, Rob, you've just done a crazy sounding VHS screening of Ring. Ring.
Yeah.
And which sounded incredible. God, if I lived in London, I would have been there like a shot last week, I tell you what. But
it was great.
I bet. And it's so cinemas are opening now, and I suppose we on this podcast we are massive proponents of getting back to the cinema in a completely safe way, the socially distanced, having each row blocked off and whatnot. Like, just as a filmmaker, and obviously host is playing BFI South Bank.
Prince Charles is doing a run, and we're going to announce some more soon. So we're hoping to really push it out in the cinemas over the coming months.
And it's I suppose, how are you feeling about going back to the cinema? Like, I obviously you've missed it, but now that you've even done events and you're going to be doing future events and whatnot, I suppose, this isn't a loaded question because God knows I feel safe. And I suppose it's more just kind of a reassuring message for people who are listening. Like, it feels to me like cinemas are doing the right thing. They're taking the right precautions and whatnot. I mean, how do you feel about that at the moment?
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in a position to say for anyone else. I feel comfortable. We went to the Genesis cinema in London, and they had a lot of precautions in place and a temperature check and hand sanitizer on the door and social distancing in the cinema. So we felt safe putting on our Ring screening, and it felt good to be back in the cinema. But I think it's just down to personal preference. There were people who otherwise would have definitely come along to the screenings and come along to other screenings that we've done who just don't feel like they're quite there yet. And I totally respect that. For me, I'm excited to get back and have that kind of shared communal experience again. And I'm really excited to play host with an audience. I think it will start to feel really real then when I can sit in an audience and watch people react and feel
watch people be terrified.
Exactly. There's an energy in the room when you're watching a film in the cinema that you don't get even with all this buzz and word of mouth. There's something great watching a movie, especially a movie you've made, and you can feel if it's working, and you can feel if it's not working as well, which is the worst feeling in the world. But if it's working, and I hope that these screenings will go down well, I'm really looking forward to that feeling.
Well, Quentin Tarantino, he said that one of the favourite things he used to enjoy about sort of press tours was when he was staying in like random hotels in places, was going to incognito, going to cinemas to watch his movie, but just to sit and watch other people watching it, and just to get people's reactions.
It's the biggest. That's the best film school you can ever have, is sitting at the back of a cinema and watching your movie with an audience. You can everything that you feel watching it by yourself on your laptop or in the edit suite totally goes out the window, and you know instinctively if something's tanking, or if something's landing, and it's really it just really hammers home the point that like every filmmaker should be totally audience focused. You should be thinking about how the audience is enjoying and experiencing every scene in your movie. And a lot of times you can get caught up on things that probably only you as the filmmaker are going to appreciate. But when you sit there with an audience, it's you learn, just as fast as that, what's working and what's not. And it's a really horrible experience if you have been self-indulgent and you've made the movie more for yourself than the audience. You're absolutely going to feel it. But I think Host will be an audience movie. I'm hoping so.
The atmosphere in a cinema for a properly scary horror movie is absolutely electric.
Oh, yeah,
it makes it more scary because other people are scared.
Well, when you said that, I thought, I hope it plays near us, and I hope the screening we go to is kind of busy, because I think it will be a really fun outfit to go to. But I think there'll be a lot of people who will want to go, who've already seen it on Shudder. I think who will want to go and experience it with a lot of other people.
I hope so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it will just be. It's just kind of stupid that this film that we shot on Zoom is going to be on the big screen and the NFT one in the BFI. It's I just want to see that just for how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, I mean, you should, man. Just the sheer. Okay, yeah, I did this.
Yeah.
Me and a group of my friends did this, and fucking celebrating that.
Totally. Well, it's nice.
Cool,
we did a socially distanced rap party in Greenwich Park a couple of weekends ago. And it's really nice. It's really nice to see everyone in person. Very surreal. But it'd be so nice to do an event with those guys and go to the cinema and see what we've done together with an audience. So I can't wait for that.
That's brilliant. And I just have one last question. It's not about Host. How's Potato?
Oh, he's back because Kate's back here for a little bit.
Oh, great.
Yeah, which is great. It's been the best. She's been back for a few weeks, and Potato has gone back to Potato's owner, because Potato's not actually our dog. Potato is a lone dog. Sorry to break your heart. Potato was Kate's quarantine dog, And
No, sorry.
No, sorry. I know. It's breaking my heart as well. Potato. When I first went over to Atlanta, when Kate was working on her show, I didn't know anyone in Atlanta, so I was allowed to borrow Potato for the 4 weeks that I was there, and basically became best friends with him. And then when lockdown happened, Kate got Potato. So Potato's been living with the both of us the whole year. But now Kate's back. Potato's gone back, and
Could you not just kidnap Potato?
that's what I keep saying. But Kate doesn't seem to be into it. I don't know. I think there should be like squatters' rights on dogs, and we've looked after Potato for half a year.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
had him.
guys-
You shouldn't have given him back.
No, I know. Well, maybe Potato will come back to us at some point. I think we're we're at least I'm the cool uncle at least.
You guys have both got friends in high places. I'm sure someone could do a bit of dog napping if needs be.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, Rob.
No, this was fun.
Yeah, I believe it was for us as well. And I don't know. Tell Sam Raimi we say hi.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, nice one, man.
Thank you very much. Really
Happy
appreciate that.
spookies.
Cheers.
See ya.
Happy spookies. Cheers. Bye bye.
Yeah, that was really good.
Fucking hell. Right, cool. All right, I'll be back.
You can entertain the people on your own.
Hello, people. I'll entertain you on my own. What can I do? What can I do to entertain you? Well, I can tell you that we are a Pod Syndicate podcast. So you should check out We Are Pod Syndicate. So we have ourselves and his fellow movie, Change Rock versus Punter. We have the bonus shows, which is there's a lot of new stuff in the bonus shows there. There's Paying It Forward. Myself and Noel, who do Tales from the Tape Deck, are also some awesome tapping things on other podcasts. You know what they are, like Iron Sequel. So me and Noel have each given ourselves the new playlists for the next 2 episodes of Tales from the Tape Deck. So they'll be coming up. 2 very different ends of the music spectrum. It's going to be fucking cool on that. So they're going to be on there. There's sort of rumblings of a new Slatercast coming out as well. What else do we have coming up? There's going to be some more writing going up on there. That too, that's going to sort of be pretty fucking cool. Hopefully the people will appreciate and like it. Check out some of the Change Fuckers Punter bonus shows because they've been fucking hilarious.
Wrap up the rest of the show.
So yeah.
All right.
So you can hear even in the background a little bit there as well. I'm going to keep on filling for a little bit. I'm going to talk about filling to fill because that's what kind of pro I am. Ooh. Yep. I filled like a boss there, Ian.
Sorry?
I filled like a boss.
Oh, nice. Well done, man. Oh, dear. So, I don't know. Did we want to finish off on Project Power or did we think we were pretty much done?
I'm done on Project Power.
I have a couple more things to say on it.
Is it about Dominique Fishback?
I thought she was fine, apart from the rapping bit annoyed me. It seemed a little bit like, I could say, a film where they changed their mind too much during writing it about where the story was going and what it was about.
Yeah.
And they also seem to be setting up a sequel that nobody wants to watch.
Yeah.
That even it seems like the lead characters in it don't want to be in that sequel.
Yeah. I mean, it's well, yeah. I don't know because I mean, like, what would the sequel? Because the sequel would be it going bigger.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what? So you're going to get Danielle Fishback back to do what? Then do a bit more rapping.
Yeah. Also, as well, you've got Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Right? You've got JGL. You've got Dominique Fishback. You've got Machine Gun Kelly.
MGK's dead.
No, I'm saying you've got those people within the movie. But then, for the villains, they didn't go for... They got... what's his name? Who played the bad doctor dude? shit, what's his name? He was also in. It begins with an R. Project Power. Let me finish. I can't remember his name now. Rodrigo Santoro.
Yeah.
So they did him, but I don't know. The villains didn't feel big enough. The lead, he was almost like a henchman villain. I wanted like the lead fucking bad government villains to be bigger.
I feel
And
like that slightly kind of evil lady would have done it for you.
But she wasn't evil enough.
She wasn't evil enough.
No. She wasn't. She was too understated. I wanted it to be like full fucking...
Full Laura Linney?
Yeah. Which one?
I don't know. It's just... It's... After, obviously, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's had a bit of a break on it. He's come back with 7,500 and this. And 7,500 does not look like fun at all. Like, it doesn't look like it was fun to make. It doesn't look like anyone on there is enjoying themselves. Whereas at least on this, he looks like he's having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And I quite like that.
He seems to be having an absolute fucking whale of a time. It's so unfortunate that the people watching it weren't.
Well, yeah. Yeah. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's... I don't know. It's interesting because it almost kind of feels like is Netflix adopting the old school way of August is the dumping ground for the kind of shit that you thought might work, but it didn't. It's like, so do they just stick out Project Power in August and it's like, right, okay, there's that out and it's done.
Yeah. We're in blockbuster season. Here's a Netflix blockbuster. Look, it's got these people in it. You know them, don't you?
Yeah. Whereas you look at the old guard, it came out in July and that felt like that was Netflix's blockbuster. It feels like Project Power is a bit more of the afterthought, and then in September we're going to get the awards films,
the prestige ones.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm shit on it.
I was touching cloth on it. It was a pleasant enough, entertaining enough way to while away a couple of hours on a Sunday for me.
It's fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm a mild, definitely not shit. Yeah, sorry, Rob just responded to my DM.
Well, that audience poll was definitely not shit. Touching cloth. I don't know. It's just what is it? I'm getting to actually give you the actual
you have
values.
to give the numbers. Yeah,
it helps with that.
The audience poll was definitely not shit. Touching cloth, shit, and Geostorm.
Yeah.
Well, yes, those were the options, Mark. Well done. Well done. Numbers.
I'm just explaining options now. We're definitely not shit. 18%.
Yeah.
Touching cloth, 55%. And shit, 27%. So people thought it was all right.
I won. I got the right answer. Yay!
I mean, it's not really a competition.
I mean,
if it was, I'd be champion.
But if it was, I won this one.
No.
Yes. Bitch.
We have a question.
Okay.
We have one question.
Let's do it.
Rick Kidd at Rick J. Kidd. As Kenneth Branagh is back with moustache in Death on the Nile, what character has the best facial hair in movies?
I saw this question earlier and I have an answer.
Go on.
Kurt Russell in Tombstone.
It's a very fucking strong answer.
That is a strong tash.
It's a strong tash game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is a very strong answer, Mark. Fucking hell.
In fact, Tombstone in general, because Doc Hollywood's got some good facial hair going on as well, and he's got like the curly moustache.
Yeah. I basically think you could call this the Sam Elliott Award, though, and just say whatever facial hair Sam Elliott's got, because it's not just the tash, because he has some incredible fucking stubble going on in Roadhouse.
And he's got good tash in Tombstone.
He's got good tash in Tombstone. He's got a good ostentatious tash going on in Big Lebowski. In A Star Is Born, he's got a good every man tash going on.
Yeah. Sam Elliott.
I think basically
Sam Elliott in any role.
It is facial hair in movies.
So Sam Elliott in any role and Tombstone any actor.
Yeah. And also I think we can throw within that Michael Biehn rocking a strong tash look in The Abyss.
Kurt Russell in that Christmas movie. That's a good beard.
That's a good beard. But yeah, but just for the sheer... What is it? What's his name? The fucking shitheel in Die Hard. Is it Elliot?
He ain't got facial hair, has he?
Yeah, he's got a beard.
It's not Elliot. It can't be
Not Elliot. Is it Ellis?
Ellis.
Ellis, yeah. Ellis. He's got a strong beard. At a time when you didn't see that he has a good yuppie beard before yuppie beards were a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like, it's almost a little bit like, it kind of catches you off guard because you're like, oh, you have a beard. You're going to be a bad guy, but fair enough.
Yeah, well, with the whole, like, the rise of the hipster beard, like, you can't trust that anymore. Like, you see a movie now, and someone's got a beard, and you can't automatically just go, well, they're a baddie.
No,
they could just be
an artisanal coffee maker.
They like artisanal bread and freshly cold brew coffee.
Yeah, I do like those things.
Yes, you do. You are a hipster douchebag.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Love you for it, though.
We're doing this year, the company that I work for, doing like a beanie, like, school cap thing.
Yeah.
And when they were displaying this over a Zoom call that we had, Simon, our owner, went, we do like a school cap thing. So, you know, Mark, you bearded, you know, hipster wankers, you love this, don't you? It's like, yeah, it's like a school cap, like a beanie that is just like a small beanie.
Oh.
But we do love those.
You are hard on them.
I'm okay.
No, slouchy like beanies are good.
Yeah. No, it's the reverse of that.
No.
Like a reverse slouchy beanie.
I will not go out with you wearing like a fisherman's hat.
It's like that. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get one.
Oh, right. Just a sidebar for a second. Your beanie is in the car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go very careful when you touch it because I think there's a wasp on it. It might be a dead wasp, but I think it's a wasp.
I'm allergic to them.
Are you allergic to bees?
Yeah, I'm still allergic to wasps.
Like Thomas J out of My Girl.
Not quite that bad.
Not quite that bad. And you also can't see without your glasses.
I can't see. I can barely see with them.
Well, that's true. Sorry. Just needed to warn him about the wasp. I
think you're going to need to sort that out. I just looked at Mark's face and he looked genuinely concerned.
I have to take care of any bugs in our house.
Don't do bugs.
He's particularly scared of earwigs because he believes that they burrow into your ear.
Why are they called earwigs?
That's the point. Why are they called earwigs?
And eat your brain.
I mean, if a bug gets into your head, it's going to eat your brain.
Yeah, but it's not a direct channel from like your ear.
No, they eat through it. That's why they've got pincers.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Why are they called earwigs? Becky?
Google it. Why are earwigs?
I am not Googling basically nightmares.
He's also really scared of cockroaches.
Oh, I'm fucking terrified of them.
We're not asked to go on holiday anywhere abroad because he's scared of cockroaches.
It's small.
I'll marry him.
Thing there.
You'd love it.
I'm not going to deny that it
We can only go somewhere cold.
I'm not going to deny because it kind of is a thing. They're terrifying.
Yes. There's no cockroaches in the cabin though, is there?
There's no cockroach in the cabin.
It's too cold.
No.
And that swan and jazz duck could eat them.
Are you making him in?
If there were any, but there isn't.
Wait. But they'd eat them.
I mean...
No, they can't.
Birds eat. Birds, yeah.
Not cockroaches, they don't. They can't be killed. Why are there so many?
If you munch them up, then you can kill them.
I guarantee you a cockroach will kick a swan's ass.
I'm sure there's a movie where the food is made out of like ground up cockroaches.
Yeah, it's not this.
Yes, grim. That bit's gross. That just makes you feel a little bit sick.
Yeah. And
Sorry,
I also remember Mimic. Mimic's just terrified me again.
Mimic?
Yeah,
I'm not going to go to bed tonight.
Why are we going to watch Mimic?
No, I'm just going to sleep.
You ever seen Joe's Apartment?
Yes, I have seen Joe's Apartment.
Yeah, is that like a horror film to you?
It is like a horror film to me. Yeah.
So, wow, what journey we've been on, guys.
It's been emotional.
What are we covering next week? Oh, look, I actually said that, forgetting what we're covering next week.
I mean, I can't even.
You shook, Ian.
I'm fucking shook. I think it's going to be fire. I can't wait to go out for dinner with Donna after and just verbal diarrhea.
Is Donna aware that that's what she's let herself in for?
Oh, God, yeah.
That's fine.
Tenet. It's fucking Tenet.
It's happening.
It's fucking
It's actually
Tenet.
happening.
It's fucking
It almost
Tenet.
feels like, after we watched Tenet, it almost feels a little bit like movie-wise. Like, everything might be okay.
The thing is, I'll be honest, if after Tenet they're like, right, another lockdown for another 3 months, I think I'd be like, all right,
That's fine.
I think I can do it.
Because we had that.
It's literally, Tenet is the one that I just need to see this year. To be fair, that feeling will probably be quickly replaced by No Time to Die. But
Candyman, it's all about Candyman for me. Tenet, obviously.
To be fair, it's all about Candyman for me because I can see you guys. Not really. I mean, yes, the film. I'm looking forward to the film. I'm looking forward to talking about the film. But it basically means if Candyman is on, then it means I'm going to York. So you know that's the thing, honestly. But the idea that we see Tenet on Wednesday and then New Mutants has previews on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the weekend after, it just feels like a sense of rolling. Yeah, it's a sense of normal.
Can I ask you a question without sending you into a spiral and giving you nightmares?
Okay.
What would you do if they announced another nationwide lockdown on Monday, 2 days before Tenet Day?
But they're not going to.
But if they did, would you riot?
No, I wouldn't riot, but I'd probably have to get signed off with anxiety.
Oh, it's not going to happen. It's fine. We're fine.
We're fine. We are.
They'll close the pubs before they close the cinemas.
We are seeing. Well, they've recently opened kids' soft play areas.
This is
which are disease factories.
Yeah.
At the best
This is
time.
it. This is 100% it. If they've literally just opened casinos and bowling alleys and kids' soft plays this past weekend, nothing is going to happen in the next week.
You know for a fact right now that if brothels were legal in this country, they'd have announced them reopening.
That is true.
And I mean, from the public safety point of view, 100%. If you don't feel good about it, I love the fact that there are drive-ins that are going to be playing Tenet. I fucking love it. Give people that option. There should be more of them. Whether that's sustainable over the months to come, probably not. But for Tenet, at least, let's do it. And if you're not feeling comfortable about doing anything, I'm very, very, very sorry. And if you medically can't, I'm really, really, really fucking sorry. I am. But from a purely sanity point of view, for me, and it's selfish, but hey, everybody's going to be selfish in the end of the day to some degree. I am so fucking glad that in 6 days' time it's Tenet Day.
Yeah.
So just let's get it done. So we're recording next Thursday.
Yeah.
I think Andrew's going to be joining us. Frankly, I hope he is, considering the effort he's put into coming on the Nolan commentaries with us.
Yeah.
So that man has been an absolute fucking beast during those. Just the effort he's put into getting dressed up and the Zoom backgrounds and whatnot. Do you need a pee or something? What's going on?
Yeah, I do need to pee.
Right, okay, I'm so sorry. You could have just said I usually do. But no, so Andrew Jones, friend of the show, you are much loved. So Tenet next week. We are podsyndicate.com, patreon.com/filmbasters. We are Pod Syndicate. If you've not listened to this show before and you're listening to it for the first time, his film, her movie, the Iron sequel. James, get an Iron sequel promo sorted, please. What's on tap? Entertainment Landfill, Gin Stroker versus Punter, Beyond the Neon. I don't think I've missed anybody.
Bonus shows.
We are out. Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.